Banyak supplier, ada RSV Helmet, UBS Gold, Kila Food, Royal Guard, Mercon Merah Putih, lalu Imaginary dan juga venue ini adalah Jakarta International Velodrome yang sudah mulai terisi penuh di mana semangat dari para superfans tentu akan tersalurkan kepada tim-tim yang akan bertanding. Raja dari segala raja, mereka memang mendominasi Alter Ego di babak regular season. Namun Alter Ego sepertinya sedikit berbeda. Dengan draft-draft yang menarik, gameplay yang unik. Bagaimana kedua tim akan menjawab satu sama lain. Inilah dia, pertarungan upper bracket antara RRQ Hoshi dan Alter Ego.
Another upper brackets match here for our last match of the day. Day number 2 playoffs of MPLID season of 15 live in Jakarta International Velodrome. Welcome back to the English panel with me as your desk host Eterna alongside with Mirko and Sheffin once again. And it's coming down to this. I mean, the venue is packed right now. You can even see the kingdom still rolling in, but we can already feel their voices. We can already feel their support, the crowd, the vibe. It's electric. And that's nothing that we would expect, nothing less that we would expect from the kingdom themselves.
Especially the fact that Alter Ego is the one that advanced instead of the other team.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, some teams just had their own pocket picks like Barats. Didn't go as planned there, but for RRQ, right now the plan is simple. Make it and break the regular season curse. And make it to EWC, break the regular season curse. For some reason, Keskute, it's not just RRQ, but it's mainly Keskute, right? He was the main coach, head coach for BTR, and then moved on to RRQ, and now he's still the head coach for RRQ. 3 seasons in a row, he's been number 1 in the regular season, but in the playoffs, in this very venue, in that season with BTR, they dropped twice. As number 1 in the regular season, dropped by EVOS into GeekFam, 3-0 there by GeekFam. And then next season, they made it all the way to the grand finals, 4-3, losing to Liquid. The curse for Keskute continues on, but hopefully it ends here. Hopefully.
It kind of hurts, man. Even in Jakarta International Velodrome last year, he was forced, like the whole team, basically forced to, you know, receive the awards, the first teams, the best coaching staff of the season, while also knowing that you're not there in the playoffs, you're just there to receive an award.
Yeah.
And surely Keskute does not want to relive that experience here in JIS. But, you know, there's something that Keskute said that made me a bit more hopeful towards RRQ.
Okay.
He said he only brought out like 40% of his strategy in the regular season.
Wow. All right. But it looks like the Kings of Kings are ready and rolling in to the venue. So we're going to throw it over to Alyssa for a quick update.
Alisa Natalie, dan pastinya di sini Alisa lagi menunggu kehadiran dari juara regular season kita. Ada RRQ yang hari ini akan bertanding melawan Alter Ego. Nah, kita akan culik salah satu pemainnya ya, yang kemarin juga baru memenangkan MPL Awards di season 15 ini. Halo Dok, apa kabar hari ini?
Alhamdulillah sehat.
Alhamdulillah sehat ya. Dok, gimana nih kemarin kamu sudah memenangkan award sebagai MVP regular season?
Ya pastinya seneng sih, kayak gak nyangka aja rumor terdapat.
Keren banget. Nah, kalau ngelihat nih kemarin antara Bigetron dan juga AE, sebenarnya kamu expect buat ngelawan siapa sih hari ini?
Ya, expect-nya ngelawan AE, tapi menang gampang gitu lawan PTR, tapi ya PTR hampir kalah lah AE di situ. Nah, expect-nya AE.
Expect-nya memang AE ya. Oke, berarti sudah siap nih sepertinya RRQ melawan AE. Tapi kemarin kamu melihat kemarin Franco Dreams menggila dan membawa reverse sweep sendiri buat AE. Apa pendapat kamu soal ini?
Ya emang Franco-nya dari dulu emang jago sih. Ya mungkin itu kunci buat comeback-nya juga sih kemarin.
Ada keinginan gak sih buat lawan Franco sama Dreams nanti?
Ya lawan apapun ya sih. Ya kami kesini ngebuktiin kalau kami pantas di peringkat 1.
Oke, kita akan melihat, dan satu kata dong untuk AE nanti.
Nah, Golak Evan.
Good luck, have fun. Oke, thank you so much ya Dok. Semangat, good luck. Dan kita akan melihat apakah RRQ akan tetap bisa bertahan. Dan terutama karena mereka sudah berhasil mengamankan upper bracket. Ataukah AE juga akan membantai RRQ. Kita akan melihat di match kedua, hari kedua, playoff season 15. See you.
Thank you, Alyssa, for that quick update on RRQ. Edok there mentioning that he actually expected to go against Alter Ego here in the upper brackets, not Bigetron.
Why is that?
Oh, I think, you know, if you guys fall, I mean, they have inside info obviously in scrims, and I also had that info. And yeah, for the most part, I think in scrims, Alter Ego have been looking pretty scary. But that's always been the case for Alter Ego in the past as well. It's just, unfortunately, on stage, they never are able to perform. But finally, yesterday, they were able to display how adapted. Actually, I don't even know if I want to say that. It was more on BTR dropping the ball.
I mean, Sever actually said in the post-game interview that he was actually
Surprised?
Yeah, surprised too, because in the first two games, it went south for Alter Ego. Then somehow Sever said, like, in game number 3, PTR changed their strategy. So even he himself didn't expect that.
Exactly. I think it was a little bit of a trend for Alter Ego, right? Even the season where there was still V. So let's see how Alter Ego are doing as they're also walking up onto the venue.
Halo, kembali bersama Alisa dan kali ini kita akan menunggu kehadiran dari Alter Ego yang di hari pertama tampil prima dan akhirnya bisa mengalahkan Bigetron Alpha dan hari ini mereka akan ketemu dengan RRQ juara kita di regular season. Kita akan culik salah satu roamernya kali ya di sini ya, Dreams. Oh, di sini. Mohon maaf. Halo Dreams, apa kabar?
Hai. Kurang sehat.
Kurang sehat. Lagi sakit kah?
Dikit.
Oke, tapi tetap semangat ya hari ini ya. Oke, Dreams, kamu bakal ketemu Idok nih yang kemarin juara jadi MVP di regular season sebagai roamer loh. Gimana menurut kamu?
Ya dia jago dari segi mekanik, makro juga bagus lah, kayak regenerasinya bagus dari dulu.
Oke, dan kamu sendiri salah satu andalan kamu ini kan hero-nya adalah Franco. Nah, ada keinginan gak sih untuk lawan-lawanan Franco nih sama Idok nanti?
Nah, gantian lah.
Gantian. Oke, kita akan melihat ya. Nah, sebagai veteran juga nih, kamu gimana sih ngelihat performance-nya Idok sebagai roamer muda yang berprestasi?
Ya bagus lah, kayak ada apa? Regenerasi gitu lah.
Oke, satu kata dong buat RRQ.
Keren.
Keren, wow, kita akan lihat ya, semoga AE bisa menang melawan RRQ. Good luck ya Dreams, thank you so much, sampai ketemu lagi, good luck. Nah itu dia tadi bersama Alter Ego dan kita akan melihat apakah hari ini Alter Ego akan berhasil mencetak poin melawan RRQ ataukah sebaliknya. Kita akan lihat di match kedua, hari kedua, MPL Indonesia season 15 playoff. See you.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, once again for the report now for Alter Ego. And it looks like Dreams is feeling a little bit under the weather, so hopefully he does get well soon. Hope it doesn't affect his performance today.
I hope it's a metaphor. I hope it might be like a figure of speech, you know?
Okay.
I hope it's not actually him feeling sick because that would be bad if he's not healthy.
I mean, maybe he's just trolling Alyssa because Alyssa, as you said earlier, is pretty innocent. So
Yeah, could be.
you know.
I mean, his nose was a little red.
Oh,
So-
Rudolph.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully.
Not a good sign.
To be fair, Dreams, he's the type of guy to consume so much sugar
Yeah,
that,
I heard about
like,
this.
to the point that his
What?
teammates are concerned about his well-being. Like, I'm not even
Tell
joking.
Shepin, tell Shepin
Apparently,
about
the guy consumes like, you know, tetarik?
Yeah.
Consumes like 3 to 4 glasses of tetarik per day. So that's a lot of sugar,
Whoa.
folks. I asked him if it was true, and he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Are you? I don't want to assume, but are you are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine." So
He loves them tea, man.
He loves tea.
You don't want to get diabetes like Arashi.
Whoa.
What?
I
I don't think he has.
It's not diabetes?
No.
No,
Oh,
I-
what is it?
It's something else,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like let's focus on this instead, okay? For those of you guys back at home, once again, we do want to know what you guys think. Facing the Kings, can Alter Ego send RRQ to the lower bracket? All right, it's a big question to throw at you guys, I know, but there's only two choices this time. A, difficult, RRQ is too strong, or B, Alter Ego ready to make new history. Why new history? We have a little bit of a lore going on
It's
between
lower.
Alter Ego and RRQ. I think we're gonna get to that at a certain point with the poster.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about that answer?
Okay, before that, how many percent is gonna be on A?
On A, I think 80%.
I'm gonna guess 78.
78%.
Specifically 78.
Yeah.
78%, okay.
Where did the 22% go?
For alter ego fans, that's a bit trusting to this team.
Okay. But this is what we were talking about, guys. The rivalry, the history between both of these teams, because RRQ so far has always just been the wall between alter ego and their playoff glory, that obstacle that they have to face. Because flashbacks to season 4, during that era, M1 as well, it was RRQ to shut down alter ego's dreams as they moved on to the grand finals in M1 against EVOS. And a little bit of a fast forward, season 6 grand finals, I think that's like the grand finals that is seared in everyone's mind because it went down in history. That was also RRQ, taking that away from alter ego.
It wasn't just RRQ, it was a spinning panda played by the man who was ex-BTR, by the way, Vin. The guy who literally shut down the dream of alter ego with a hurricane dance. Back in the day, it was still hurricane dance.
Yep.
It wasn't heavy spin. Now they have dreams, though. Literally, the player and, I would say, hope. They have a lot of hope right now. After their performance against Bigetron yesterday, yes, a lot of critics can definitely just say that BTR were the ones that dropped the ball, but alter ego, to stay that composed, to still be able to get those picks, you know, staying consistent and not changing anything despite losing the first 2 games, we gotta commend them for that. We gotta commend them for having the mental capacity to be able to do that, especially considering they have 2 rookies. A lot of people forget about them, like being rookies, because they do perform really well, Rin and Arfi. Arfi was able to solo kill Eman twice. A lot of us consider Eman to be the best gold laner in Indonesia, so the fact that he's done it twice and another time in the second meeting in the regular season, it's impressive. Let's take a look at this though.
Let's see, is it 78%?
60.
Whoa!
Wow.
It's closer to yours. You said 80%, right? But I'm quite surprised too. 38% actually believe that alter ego are ready to overcome RRQ today. And here's the thing. If maybe we're expecting the same RRQ from the end of the regular season, then maybe, right, they were less informed than we expected them to be. But Chef, share your thoughts.
I mean, did the RQ fall off in the regular season at the end?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know if the word fall off is something that I want to use. I feel like they know that upper brackets is already secured. So why not just try things out? Why not just hide our cars? Why not just maybe take it a bit slow and take the opponents in the playoffs by surprise when the time comes? I think that's the story for Cascade, because he's been revealing his cards a bit too soon in the regular season, and that's why the playoff success is not there yet.
And I don't think that's an unheard of opinion, because a lot of people are saying the exact same thing. Obviously, Arashi would say something similar, but even in our podcast that we did earlier on before we got into the playoffs, Age was also mentioning something of the same sort, KB as well. And speaking of hiding strats, we've seen some strats finally coming through for Alter Ego, especially in their match yesterday against BTR. We finally saw the Franco coming through. So with Dreams and Hijime as their iconic duo facing off the iconic duo from the other side, which Miracle mentioned earlier on, Rins and Edok. How is this looking? Do you think it's a fair fight? Do you think one has an upper edge against the other?
It really depends on how you look at it, right? I think when it comes to the systematic playstyle, by the way, gotta give credit to the Kingdom again. What a crazy show already they're giving us here in the arena, Jakarta International Velodrome. Back to the point, Rins, Edok, when it comes to that systematic playstyle, the clean, Cascute system, they are the better combo. When it comes to the regular season as well, what differentiates them with Hijime and Dreams is the fact that Hijime and Dreams has never and will never be regular season players. They will never be part of a system. They are clutch players that have a lot of individual flair, and that individual flair is mostly seen in the playoffs. Season 11, carrying EVOS to make it to the grand finals, making it to an MSC. Season 13 doing the same thing here in the Jakarta International Velodrome after a crazy dip in the regular season. That was without Hijime, by the way. It was only just Dreams, but it was Falcon. Still though, I would say the narrative sticks. With Dreams, with Hijume, they are so clutch, especially after seeing how clutch they could be. Match point down 2-0 against BTR, picking up the Franco. Having it banned, having it be such a big hurdle to BTR that BTR decided to ban the Franco over banning the Baksha in Game 5.
You can even see on the poster here that Dreams has appeared twice over the years, right? As one of the most iconic players of the season. So he was, I can't really see it right now. Do you see it? Was it season 11?
It was season 11 and season... Oh, that was 10. That's season 10.
Oh, season 11 and 13. There you go. Twice, right? But that has kind of been overtaken by Edok now.
Yeah.
So if we have to talk about Franco, obviously it's going to be a hot commodity, a hot resource that both these teams would want to get their hands on. But who is the better Franco player?
Oh, I don't know. If we're going by momentum and what happened yesterday, I think it would be Dreams, but we gotta take a look at the history from RRQ too. This team has produced some of the best Franco in the world, even banned in the international stage. And again, shout out to RRQ bringing the fun here with a speaker. Also, strength in numbers for the Kingdom, always supporting their team in the venue. But back to the point, this Franco, oh man, if I were to pick one, I think it would be Edok.
Yeah.
Obviously. And also, that's also because of the fact that his team was able to follow up better and the system works better overall in RRQ throughout the regular season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agree?
I have to agree. You know, his Edok's Franco's Edok has been so good every time. Even last season, when if all else fails, I heard from Mueza, by the way. Mueza is a Dewa United player. If you guys don't know, roamer. He was a part of the amateur scene for the longest time. He actually competed against Edok a couple of times in third-party tournaments, amateur tournaments, and every single time he would have Edok by the ropes. Edok would just pull out the Franco and he would dominate. That's his story, Mueza's story, as to how intimidating this Franco pick is from Edok.
It is insane, and believe it or not, I casted one of his amateur tournaments in a way. And we all know that Naomi against Blacklist International in M4 was probably the best Franco game ever. I saw a better Franco game than that. And that's Edok. Scene. But yeah, it is an amateur scene. But it kind of shows that the potential of this guy is limitless. There's a reason why this guy's MVP, despite some of us did agree with the decision there, but it's not really his fault. He's performing
exactly
as a sophomore, by the way. And shout out to, I just imagine like, who's the other player that's a sophomore that's performing at an MVP level? Then I remember Fabian last season, he was a rookie at MVP. Shout out to him.
Something about these rookies for the past few seasons. I think Indonesia has steered in a direction where they finally start to believe in the young kids, right? The new talents. They're not just wholly relying on the veterans who, unfortunately, season after season after season have kind of failed to pick up that international trophy. So I think that was a huge shift in change after the SRG win last year at MSC. So now we're coming full circle on the way to MSC once again. And the big question is whether or not these teams, these young kids can actually make it. It's their testing ground. So it looks like both of the teams are ready. We're gonna welcome them into the arena, up onto the stage, on their battle stations here at Jakarta International Velodrome.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to match 4 of the playoffs, the second match of day 2, an upper bracket bout between a Titan sitting at number 1 in the regular season, not just in the early weeks, not just towards the end. Week 1 all the way to week 9, up against a team who struggled, who had to go through the depths of 8th, 7th place, climbing back up with a change in their jungle in a rookie in Rin. Welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Your Majesty, His Highness, RRQ Hoshi! And on the other side, a team wanting to smash them, wanting to show how clutch they could be on stage, Alter Ego Esports!
And behind them, some capable people supporting in the background, the brains of the operation, Cascade coaching staff of the season, and also with Rave instead of NMM on the stage. Whoa. And by the way, Sever and Nafari certainly does not want to lose despite the big names in RRQ.
Okay, that's a little change, right? We usually see NMM up on stage. We'll see how that actually impacts their performance today as we also take a look at their official team lineup. For both teams, nothing has changed, still sticking to the main five for both RRQ and Alter Ego. But with that change in the coaching staff, what do you guys think about that?
That's odd.
I don't think it's gonna affect them that much. I think it's the final say will be still on on Cascute and also Sever, and obviously the help of the players that wants to play a certain heroes. So Rave is there to just give out data and maybe some behavioral pattern that the opposing team has in the draft.
Okay, different of opinion, I believe.
I don't know, it's just strange to me, you know. NMM and Cascute has just been a package for so long. I think the reason Cascute also had problems in BTR was because he wasn't able to get NMM on stage. And that's why he got full creative control over in RRQ. I wonder if it's the same case, or as Shepard said, maybe it was a choice made by the team as a whole, not just, you know, management or anything, but also Cascute choosing for Rave to be up there. Here, though, we can definitely see the unique heroes here for RRQ. Hoshi, 45%, is that what you said? What Cascute said in the interview? He's
40%.
only revealed 40% of his strats. If that is the case, then we are in for a show, because we haven't really been seeing too many of those pocket picks. I think, yeah, I mean, it's the Franco, the Esmeralda that we've seen too. Unlike onic, they were able to make it work in the regular season, and the Kadira for Rins.
Ooh.
Not too many for pocket picks. I think onic got them beat. BTR got them beat. onic, again gets them beat even in the regular season, and now in the playoffs with the Kaja. But they are just so solid in the draft. It always just makes sense. It's always so systematic. Alter Ego, on the other hand, they've always kind of been unorthodox in the way they draft.
Yeah. Looking at the picks that have been secured for the jungler, though. Sutsujin, his hero pool, believe it or not, he only played 5 heroes throughout the regular season. Suyo, Joy, Hayabusa, Lucas, and Link.
Yeah.
Not even a single Fanny, not even a single Fredrin or Baksha. Maybe that's something that Cascade wants to show in the playoffs, that they can actually play the utility heroes by... Meanwhile, Ren, this is like almost, maybe not carry level, but there are some pretty odd picks here. Export, not really the most odd pick there, but Leomord is there for him.
Yeah.
So options are not limited for Ren, maybe except the Fanny, which is weird. He's a very mechanically sound jungler, but Fanny maybe is like a different hero overall.
So do you think that the Fanny would even be banned out? We've seen a lot of these teams actually completely ignore the Fanny. Is this
Maybe
the matchup that we're looking?
Sutsujin.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Right?
the same case as the matchup yesterday against BTR, right? Alter Ego and BTR completely ignoring the Fanny in the drafting phase, because both of them technically are not comfortable on the Fanny. But in this case, I would say Sutsujin, he's not comfortable on the Fanny going up against elite level teams. I'm talking onic PH here, right? That's why it was always banned by them. When they're up against onic ID, it's the same. But when they're up against Alter Ego, I think it's alright to try to show the Fanny. It's okay. It'll be on Alter Ego to ban it. It'll be on Alter Ego to gamble of whether they want to see it on the other side or not.
That makes sense. That does make sense. We're looking at the top 5 players' highest assists in one game, and it looks like Dreams is up there, number 2 worldwide.
Yeah.
That is not OP, by the way. I know how it looks like.
Is it not?
That is not OP. Yeah, Dreams and Light both making it. It really just shows that they're active teams. I don't want to use that stat to say anything here. It just shows that they are very, very aggressive. And when they win, they go for a lot of team fights. Way more than they should in the regular season. That's why RRQ, you don't find them individually in these statistics. Even Sutsujin, right? When it comes to Turtle Taken, Lord Taken, he doesn't make it into the top 3. Why? Because the games are always so short, because they're so dominant in the early game that sometimes they just trade it out for bigger objectives like structures in the early game, or they don't make it to 2nd, 3rd Lords. They'll just end the game straight out in Lord 1 sometimes, yeah.
And it looks like RRQ will take the first.
Good choice.
Yep. 71% for Cascade and RRQ would be even better if they, as I said earlier, didn't really let up or like pump the brakes at the end of the regular season. But this is scary, because ever since BTR days, Cascade has always been a first pick guy, right?
Yeah, he really likes first pick. I think both in Season 13 for BTR and here, currently in the season, Blue side has been finding a lot more value, just because we have a crazy first pick Prio on the Kalea, on the chip as well. So far, onic have not done that. They've just been winning on red side. Man, the kingdom.
Look at that banner.
Kings of kings.
Is that not the biggest banner we've seen so far?
So far, yeah. It's a banner. I really hope they show up a Tifo, you know, to try to rival out what Evos did 2 seasons ago in the Velodrome.
Whoa. Okay,
Wow.
that's way bigger than I thought.
Right?
Way better than
It's huge.
Arsenal.
Oh, not again. Not again. With Connie hearing it too. What's
okay.
up, Connie?
He's literally walking to the toilet. I can see him. He's not going to listen to that jab. He won't hear it, but he will know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're seeing RRQ now on blue side. And we're going to go straight into the draft as well as we start discussing what to expect in this, I would say, flexible kind of meta. It really depends. I wonder how far RRQ have gone to kind of experiment with what they already have to what they want to kind of achieve here, and whether or not we're actually going to be seeing it picked up here, because there is still a possibility they will be still hiding some strats. So here it is, drafting phase, game number 1 in this best of 5 upper brackets. Presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. RRQ, Kimi, Fredwin, Luoyi. Now, here's the big question. The Fanny is still left open.
It's
Do you
not
think
gonna
Alter Ego will ban it here alongside the Jushin and the Chip?
I don't think so, especially Sojin hasn't seen playing time at all in the regular season for this hero. Yes, we saw a few Fanny, I believe, in a few seasons ago with RRQ too, but it's not really the greatest of Fanny out there. Far cry from like the likes of Fabian or King Kong.
Yep.
So Sever here, some options. Yes, no backshot for RRQ at all, but oh, they're still banning it. This is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they cannot learn from the lesson in VTR and AE matchup, so maybe that's why they really value the backshot, even though they haven't seen it at all.
All right. Let's see, RRQ, are they going to go for the Kalea or the Harith here? The Joy is up for grabs, so I don't think they're going to go for the Joy first pick. Usually that would be the route RRQ takes just because they know how good of a Joy player Sutsujin is. But again, Harith, a good counter to it already. They will still go for it. Interesting.
So Kalea and Harith,
Yeah.
by the way.
Alter Ego have a chance to go for that. Kalea, Harith, the Harith doing good against the Joy, the Kalea even more so, and then later on they could go for the Hayabusa too as last pick in the first phase. I think that sets them up for a really, really good first phase draft.
Yeah. And by the way, the Jushin ban. Oh, it seems like it's gonna be a Badang and Hayabusa. No marksman or even a Kalea pick. Now, the Kalea and Joy synergy, or maybe lack thereof. I think there is some synergy there, but the fact that Hayabusa is picked by Alter Ego, and we saw what Bolowski was able to do to Kyrie on a Kalea to a Hayabusa, this should be an easy one for Edo unless he wants to use his like flexibility in the second phase to be able to kind of like surprise Sever and Alter Ego even further. I mean, if you pick a Kalea right away, that's already a flexibility for the second phase. Wow, but looks like it's gonna be a God Thought, a hero that I believe we haven't even seen in the playoffs currently.
Black Thought?
I think we've seen him once yesterday.
I think we did. We did alongside the Badang.
Yeah, Kalea left completely open with the Granger. Yeah, I expected the Granger here. I was gonna say Kalea Granger, but they go for the Gatot Granger. Gatot good against the Hayabusa, obviously, but I really expected Alter Ego to go to go Harith anyways, you know? I guess they're anticipating a possible Aerith though, or yeah, Alter Ego. It'll be now it's a choice for them, right? Kalea or Harith. I'd personally go Harith here.
Yeah. First 2 levels, I think it's still gonna favor it. Oh, wow. I mean, Farsa has been seeing a rise in picks in the playoffs just because of the fact that he is the only mage that can deal that long range burst damage. And that's trouble for Toy. But they do have an answer to Gatot Kacha and the dive from Sutsujin with a Joy, and he's a really good Joy player too, so it's not gonna be that easy for Hijime to be able to set up a good feather airstrike.
Is Harith just not prior for Alter Ego? He banned out to Valentina.
Let me check the win rate actually. RP 3 games, 67%. So he can play it.
Yeah. We did see him lose on the Harith yesterday up against VTR. That was the game that they were able to go. Oh, a legend in the building, R7. There you go. That's the Harith. It's just weird that we don't get to see the Harith in the first phase. I guess Alter Ego know that for the most part when they win through just winning out the mid trio. When Rin is doing well, when Hijime is given a pick that he can excel on, so maybe that's why they've gone for the Farsa and the Hayabusa instead of the Harith in first phase. Alter Ego ban out the Valentina. Is it going to be another Rin's ban here? If it is, I wonder what it's going to be. There's not much. What, Eve?
I want to say Kadira, but that's a reach.
I think just ban out the
It's not
Kalea, right? Like,
Yeah.
Kalea is up for grabs still. Obviously, Alter Ego can still take
Oh,
it.
that's a better.
They go for the Franco, and this means that I think Alter Ego still have their eyes set on a possible Kalea pick for themselves.
Yeah. I mean, for both teams, they haven't really revealed their EXP/roamer yet. We haven't seen a lot of Gatotkacha EXP. It's mostly on roam, but it's possible for Mr. Zyron. Now for RRQ, if you want to ban out another gold lane, that should be an Irithel, an easy one for them. It's a good lane matchup against Toys Granger, and also it's also a way to evade some of the damage that's gonna come in from the electrifying beats. Alter Ego, what do they want to open up with? Surely it's gonna be a gold lane, or do they want to hide it until the last moment for Arfi, for him to be able to be effective in this game?
Yeah, I think just flex it. Pick up the Kalea now, flex the Badang as well, and then later on you can pick up a 1-1 if RRQ decides to go for more tanky members. Get the crossbow tank down, even though Granger is going to be a tough matchup. You already have the Hayabusa and the Farsa to enable a possible 1-1. I'm just picking maybe the Moskov as well on the side if they really want to just play for side control, right? Because with the Irithel and the Harith banned out, this is kind of what we expected after not seeing the MM in the first phase.
Ooh. I want to say a pick, but I don't want you to say that I'm
There's the Kalea, as expected.
reaching.
RRQ.
Leia, so they're gonna hide it until the last moment. RRQ though, mid lane and a frontliner. Oh, I mean, believe it or not, Kadira could actually work, but I don't know if they want to pull it off in the playoffs. Rins played a decent Kadira, even though it's not gonna hold up until the late game. That's the main problem with this hero.
Okay.
What other options are there?
Selena, Eve.
Oh, Selena.
Phobius is up for grabs for Dyron. Comfort pick for him. The Hilda would be solid choice. A solid choice against the Hayabusa and the Farsa as well. I don't think you want to go for glue here, right? Because it's not that like guy that you want to just stick on. Everybody's so mobile. So yeah, I think it'll be Hilda or Phobius. There you go. Paramis. I guess they already have enough damage with the Phobius, Granger, and the Join. There's not really a lot of risk. This Phobius also technically cancels out. Oh, the Paramis is a good counter to the 1-1 they're expecting here too. Technically just forces Alter Ego to go Moskov and play for mid to late, where as RRQ continue to just play for the snowball early. Good choice.
By the way, the first total fight for RRQ is going to be pretty strong, especially with the Netherrealm and Phobius jumping all over the place. That should be a good secure towards the first objective. But it's a Joy and a Hayabusa, so you can't really rule out a single drive-by retribution from Rin. Is it going to be a 1-1?
No. I don't think so anymore.
Bruno?
Moskov, I think, will be the
It
safe
should
choice.
be Moskov the safest choice, but do they
Bruno
want
is
to go a
another-
dive like a Claude?
Beatrix with the Kalea?
Despair that I see.
Whoa! Hello!
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna throw it over to the casters to see what they think about the drafts here. Natan, debut pick.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second match of today. RRQ Hoshi against Alter Ego in a fully packed Jakarta International Velodrome. The Kingdom are turning up. The Alpha Milia, the Ultra Champs as well, is here. Accompanying you is me, Realize, and Donnie.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and we are about to see the first game between these two teams who will accompany onic in the final upper brackets. Let's watch and witness game numero uno.
This is a story about Alter Ego trying to get out, trying to crawl out of RRQ's shadow. A total of 30 meetings, our Alter Ego has only won 9 of them, and RRQ, 21 victories. It is game number 1 of Rex Regum Kaon, RRQ Hoshi against Alter Ego.
Jump into the land of dawn. We immediately see the spell choice, the contrast of the spell choice there. 4 flickers for Alter Ego. Oh, that's early engage top lane, and actually very low. Early rotation, Dreams and Rain actually able to find the punish. Hijume claims first blood.
That is first blood for Hijume, as well as a burn revitalize for the Gatot Kacha, obviously to purifies to play against the Kalea. But we're gonna talk about this Natan pick, right? This Natan pick, I don't know about it in lane against the Granger. The Granger obviously early on will bully the Natan, but the Natan, once he gets his items, once he's able to get into probably the Holy Crystal, that is where he can show up in the team fights. And the emblems, obviously you go QC for the Natan to have the sustainability to move around quickly against the Granger as well. And for the Hayabusa, it's the War Cry. Yeah, all simple.
Yeah.
For the emblems.
I mean, all this Natan needs is just to survive that early, right? That laning phase. Hopefully he doesn't really get punished a lot, and we can see immediately the impact after that Holy Crystal. So yeah, I expect Alter Ego to play perhaps the opposite map more to make RRQ respond towards the other side of the map. But let's wait and see. There's going to be item not really too out of the ordinary for now.
And then Natan, though, goes warrior boots to have extra physical defense against the Ranger, against the Phobius later on, if there happens to be a skirmish. But Arfi is just relentless in this lane. And we have to talk about the base defense later on, right? The Farsa, the Natan. Now Dyron wants to contest this turtle. It's Rin Tensujin together for the airstrike. Hijume!
That's a pull! That's a wings by wings, and ladies and gentlemen, Sutsujin has a kill. That's gonna be Dreams. Stunned. Health HP, I don't think they can contest this. Great taunt! And that's gonna be Alter Ego now in shambles, perhaps.
Rin has to run away. He can't fight this. Not even the ninja can do anything with his shurikens. And Dyron will just put Nino at bay. That's RRQ. Winning an early trade. The turtle as well to boot. So this is them just saying that we're ready to rumble. You gotta talk about, obviously, the playstyle that Alter Ego have. They want to rumble, they want to brawl out, but Dreams might go for Rins.
Feather airstrike, locking Rins down, very low 1 HP. But he survives, ladies and gentlemen, with that Purify popped. It actually made him, allowed him to escape from that Feather airstrike. So Alter Ego, they need compensation fast.
That is important, but we gotta take a look at the rotational plays from Alter Ego. They have quick rotations, right? With the Farsa, with the Hayabusa, the Badang. Sometimes, right? Talent prediction by the new application, go pay. Unanimous decision, RRQ Hoshi.
Wow, 3-1 most, including me and you.
Yeah.
Sheffin voted for 3-0 though.
By the way, the whole stadium is booing Papulong for going against RRQ. Obviously, he's anti-RRQ. No, I'm kidding. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the Faramis pick as well, because this is a very good pick against the Hayabusa. I thought it was not good, but then Mirko confirmed that, well, you have the Nether Realm, but again, the Hayabusa can just bait that out, right? That's a possibility, but
that's an important pull by Rins. That's gonna be RFE as well with the taunt. No Natan, Nether Realm pop.
AOG.
Let's see, AOG cancelled. Dreams 1 HP.
Oh, he's keep going. Sutsujin can't get the beats right off. Oh, AOG, counter.
Goodness, Squad Shadow doesn't land. Luckily for the side of RRQ members. Rin trying to find perhaps a kill here. Sutsujin, does he know that Rin is there?
There's way too many pressure from RRQ. I mean, you have the AOG, and then you have Sutsujin just running at you, plus the Nether Realm. So I think they have that defensive option, right? Now Nino against Tyron, they're going ham.
They are. It's like Hijume is ready to back him up. Tyron very much healthy with the Feather airstrike. He does not care. Tyron? It's a 2v1. Tyron, what are you doing, you madman? He survives, but finally he falls. That will buy time for his team. RP very low. That will, though, allow RRQ to get that turtle free.
That entropy saves him. He's bullied to eternity. Dreams going in deep. Might look for Tsunami Slam.
9-1. Damage though.
Oh!
Almost caught. That's gonna be Shadow Kill committed. Nether Realm is there. And that will be it. Alter Ego again struggling to find compensation, though here, Edok will be punished.
Hijume going deep. Sutsujin
He's all alone with the flicker! Hijume finds a solo! And that's gonna be Hijume with the trade by Dyron. That's a 1-for-1, but still, the killer instinct is there.
High action. Sutsujin just casually walks up. That's my buff. And your life is mine as well. But thankfully the trade is there. And Toy, that was the Sky Piercer completed. Toy, he's gonna be fine, I think, but the turret falls, so at least he's okay. That's a trade he wanted to take. But Alter Ego, you know, regardless of what's happening, RRQ winning the trades left and right, they're still able to survive. Sutsujin!
Be careful, this is a 3v2. RP taunted! Sutsujin finds the kill. Great setup there by RRQ.
Ah, this Nathan. Oh, but Hijume is able to get Dyron off screen. Now Rin's under pressure. Dreams has to relocate. So let's talk about the problem that Nathan has right now. Obviously, that early gank from RRQ with Joy running at you, it's gonna be very hard for him to just play defensively. I mean, you have the entropy, but again, wait, Dreams.
Oh, a little bit too aggressive there. Resource being spent to move back. That's not a good sign in top lane. 2v1. Potentially, Quad Shadow used already, and that will be it.
I can't seem to really finish my points because the actions keep on coming, keep on happening. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that there is no proper peeler for this Nathan, right? I mean, the Badang technically can. The Kalea just pushes the enemies away. But there is no strong front line, you know what I mean? A tanky one. But so far, it's RRQ on the offense. Hijume pops the ult.
That's already in. Oh my goodness, Prince! Bursted down by the combination of Nathan and Hijume. That's going to be the shadow kill on towards Edok and Toy. A-okay, but that's going to be the cancellation, baby. Combo wombo, all in, on towards RRQ.
Rina has to run for the hills. It's Dyron that bites the dust. Edok in the middle. Can he survive?
With the round, trying to buy time, trying to provide the damage. Toy is free hitting. That's going to be Rin jumping back. Rin's very low, and he will fall the second time alongside Toy.
RRQ 4 members short. Edok! That snipe was close to taking him down, but Arfi is back. 2 kills to his name. The turtle in their sights. That turret as well in the middle. And he's gonna go up, clearing that wave because he doesn't want to crash onto Alter Ego's turret. But as of now, look at Rin even getting that orange buff. Sutsujin might punish him for his crimes, but no. He respects it. He respects Dreams with the Kalea.
Great spacing as well. All right, 3K already established, ladies and gentlemen. This mid-game is very important because Arfi, I think he is almost online, if not already online. So yeah, RRQ, they are starting to feel the heat here. Let's see though. It's still, they are able to neutralize from this in this next Lord take. First Lord will be up in 70, so let's see what they can do to at least neutralize the situation.
He is a sleeping giant, I dare say, for RFE. But let's talk about Toy. He has the range. He has the potential to just poke around towards Alter Ego, but Hijume has been so on point with the Farsa. He's able to bait the Netherrealm, he's able to pop something, but oh, Dyron gets pulled in.
Rami Slam, not really sure that was wise. On towards Dyron. A-okay. And I'm sure Alter Ego, they're waiting for the spells, their spells. Whoa. Well, that's going to be an engage though.
He wants to go in with the electrifying beats and the rhythm of Joy, but Alter Ego, no. You gotta respect this. Joy, right? And Dreams doesn't even have the ultimate just yet to lock him down, so there is no further reasoning for you to continue on that skirmish. But what are they playing for right now, right? The objective, 20 seconds for the Lord. Toy is gonna shove that wave down bottom, but let's talk about the wave clear from the Nathan. He's gonna be easily able to just bounce the minions back, so that's gonna be a problem. Rin goes in.
Oh, this might be another round. Pop to Toy! Finds the connection to take down Rin. That's gonna be the AOG, forcing Nino to use the flicker. Edok finds one with the taunt, but that's gonna be the damage coming through. Nathan is free hitting, finding the triple kill, and that's gonna be 3 members off the board. Hijume finds the double, and the double.
Hijume is the man possessed, but Toy is there to take down Arfe. He says no. You go down with me.
A little bit too aggressive there on the positioning, and Toy manages to punish on the positioning, Arfi. That's going to be RRQ and Alter Ego, both teams resetting.
But are you taking a look at Hijume? He's playing out of his goddamn mind. This is a spectacular Farsa performance from him against RRQ Hoshi, no less. And now comes the day where they will try to squabble for the Lord. The dance coming soon. Nino is close, Dreams as well nearby. A tree battle. Where is Rin?
Oh, Sisujin claims it comfortably. That's going to be the Nether Realm, though. Buying time, 2 members off the board for Alter Ego. And Alter Ego, they need to defend this one.
Rin wasn't close by. And he had no option as well, right? You can't really fight your way into the pit without having your damage dealers. I mean, Arfi was also doing the orange buff. So it was pretty hard for him to traverse around that side of the Land of Dawn. But as of now, it's RRQ stabilizing everything into their favor. Audience prediction by the new application, Go Pay. 79% against 21%. Alter Ego are on the back foot of the predictions. Hijume.
Let's see the combination again. Natan and punch to Arfi very low. Enoch punish. That's going to be the flags coming through. Rin finds the kill. No Faramis, no Gatot Gacha, RRQ. Their offense will not be maximum.
And let's talk about the Lord. I mean, the Lord can be acquired by RRQ. They're able to seize it. But talk about the Natan, Arfi, right? The Natan can easily clear the Lord, especially in the first Lord. Take a look at the items as well. Feather of Heaven, Solium Sight, Holy Crystal completed. The so-called Mage Holy Trinity, right? Not a mage, but like, you know, magic damage Holy Trinity. And it works for him. Now he can join the fights. Now he can dish out the damage needed. But for Toy, he's on a 4-item spree. So I think Alter Ego still needs to be careful of the Granger. Jonathan, I think, can't really go first. It has to wait in the back, save that entropy for a possible reposition. Because RRQ are going to come guns blazing.
They are. Again, tempo going down. 70 seconds on the clock for that Lord to spawn in the Land of Dawn. All spells are up though. So keep in mind that both teams are ready for a fight.
They are. Rin has to be close by now. Oh, Toy!
Very low.
Yikes.
Almost taken down there.
Yeah. That hurts. That really hurts. This Ranger is starting to bite. Is starting to be dangerous. Hey, again, we say Danger Granger. And for RRQ, it's all about just keeping the Granger safe. I mean, Sujin, you can jump into the back if you want. Look for dive potentials, dive angles. You have the Netherrealm in the hands of Rin to keep you safe, right? For Alter Ego, that front line, that lack of front line is becoming a problem. I mean, the Kalea wants to go in and go back with the Tsunami Slam. The Badang as well wants to engage. So now who really protects this Natan, right? That's the question.
Gotta protect each other, I think, Hijume and as well as Arfi.
Yeah.
I really like that Rin is always looking for a flank situation, and he needs to repeat that. Far lane seems like will be the priority for Alter Ego, just to have an edge. Hidok, though, in a cheeky position, shows himself, though, this time, and yeah, Hijume pops the feathered airstrike to apply pressure.
Yep.
Oh, Joy shows top lane.
Oh, look, he just splits this. The Joy will come through. Obviously, rotation created. And now, a dance for the Lord. Who wins this?
Yep, no Joy. Rin finds the retribution. Let's see the fight. Green's very low. Arfi finds looking for an opening. Rin, uh-oh, no shadow, seems like. Oh, Sutsujin finds a right connection and Rin will be punished. RRQ with the winner crown. Can he survive? Sutsujin falls as well. That's going to be 1-for-1. Both junglers going down.
They're gone. The assassin becomes assassinated. Both junglers for both teams. And I think that's a trade favoring Alter Ego because they're able to get the Lord. It'll march up top. And for RRQ, they have to slow down the tempo. Obviously, the Faramis wasn't able to save that Joy and they have to clump up. But if they do clump up, that Shadow Kill will come through. So again, I think it's a double-edged sword, this Hayabusa. It can bait out that Netherrealm, but at the same time, if you go in for the Shadow Kill, you can have multiple targets, right? So you can't really solo kill and burst down a particular target because of the Netherrealm and the main property of them just clumping up together. Now this Lord will march up top. Alter Ego prepare for a siege. Feather airstrike.
Trying to give space for the Lord to charge. Top tier turret here is going to be the main priority. RRQ for now will defend that one. Wave though is coming.
Yep, they're still holding. RF teleports back to his original position. And yeah, that turret still stands as the cannon minion gets torn down. So RRQ, they'll take this as a win. That was a Lord marching up top. Second Lord, no less. They're still able to defend. If you talk about the base defense from RRQ, it isn't as good as Alter Ego, but they make it done. They make it work. So for now, that's a win in their books.
Yeah. Keep in mind though, Lord will spawn in the bottom side of the map, and top lane turret not very healthy, right? So
Yeah.
if Alter Ego finds a cheeky turret destroy top, it will heavily favor their side. Now Sitsujin spotted. Alter Ego though will not force a fight just yet. 2 members only in the bottom side of the map here as Hijume rotates towards around mid. Oh, Dreams, is this the right call? Feather airstrike to relief off pressure.
That's gonna be Rin then in the side lanes, right? Because he has been the one activating the side lanes multiple times. We talked about it, you know, looking for a segue play and then creating a flank angle. That's always been his righteous way of just trying to contribute to the team fights. But RP might be in trouble.
Uh-oh, gotta be careful. That's an opening RP! He caught first!
What is he doing? Fist crack will save Nino and Setsujin. Tsunami slam to the back, but can they kill him?
The perfect opening from RRQ. RP down, Nino down, and no flicker. While the Lord will spawn soon.
What was that positioning? RP, what was he doing? I'm out of words. That Atan dying means that RRQ have so much advantage. A lot of advantage now in the Lord pit as well. Edoc will just scout for the team, look for possible steals, possible cleaves that wants to take down the prosperity of the kingdom, but no. It's RRQ cementing their dominance in this mid to late game.
Oh no, Alter Ego lost all their gold lead. And this time they will be on the defense as well. RRQ, minute number 18 here. Let's see what they can do. Wow, having a Lord push in the bottom side of the map.
We talk about Hayabusa being a mobile hero, but I think for split pushes, you know, he's not really the best. I mean, you gotta put the quad shadow, you gotta stand by, you gotta make sure that quad shadow doesn't get occupied by a possible ganking enemy. Oh! He goes insane.
Risky.
Yeah. What if they're, you know, what if a taunt comes in, right? I'm kind of scared for it. I know he's flashy and all, but you gotta be careful. Shadow kill in the mid lane. You know, clear the waves and just dissuade RRQ from taking this. But as of now, Tsunami Slam to Dyron.
Oh, that might be a mistake by RRQ. Dyron got caught, and Lord is already shredded in the bottom side of the map by none other than Arfi. So, yeah, not really much of numbers on the board for RRQ with that Lord take.
But the seal play. They were able to get there in time. So Setsujin is gonna be safe. He's gonna be able to live another day. But look at the siege. Dreams flickers in.
Oh no, that's a mistake. That's a mechanic and might be punished. Edoc now. Let's see. Revitalized pop. Alter Ego now with the positioning RP. Risky one.
What?
And that's gonna be the damage connecting. The Sky Piercer is online and RP goes down for 45. Ren finds a shadow kill. No shadow this time. He bought the immortality just to be safe. And RRQ, they will not do business just yet.
Rin went for the shadow kill, but his shurikens are dull at the moment. But Arfi again being caught. Was that a tick of a glowing one or something? I don't really understand. But the Sky Piercer proc went through and was able to take down Arfi. 6-5 for Arfi. Take a look at the items. Athena's even for the Granger to be more safe against an Atan damage. Dyron.
Under the turret, Tsunami Slam, a Nether Realm, clutch one, and they got the mid turret as well. RRQ, they have been the decisive one the last couple of minutes.
They take that trade, obviously they do, because, again, I think it's going to be a trade of ultimates. If Hijume opens up the Feather Airstrike, then Rins has to open up the Nether Realm as well, regarding the situation. If they're clumped up together, yes, he will So even if they do lose that feather airstrike, at least there's info that they can re-engage to an RRQ that is without another realm, without that sustainability, that life-saving ability. And now, it feels like Alter Ego are on their wits' end. They will try to wait for possibly a single play by RRQ. It's an evolved forward. Again, Dyron.
Dyron opening things up will go down. 5v4 now, Alter Ego. Will they take the Lord? Another round pops. Shadow kill as well. Alter Ego repositions with a crown by Sutsujin. Hijume Feather Airstrike, ring goes down, and that's gonna be RRQ in shambles.
Sutsujin with the immortality. He doesn't survive the fist crack. Not there yet, and there you go. Edok goes down. It's Toy.
Oh my goodness, Toy all alone. Immortality will not save him, ladies and gentlemen. Alter Ego, they find the first strike in this best of 5.
Behind those 3 masks lies the thirst for chaos. And chaos is what they bring to the kingdom. They strike first, 1-0, Alter Ego.
Amazing, amazing opening. For the first, I guess after minute 6, right? During the mid-game, Alter Ego understands that, yeah, we got more power with RP already on his way towards Holy Crystal. And after, sure, they were, I don't want to say a lot, but a lot of questionable positioning got punished, but they have recovered.
It felt like the Farsa was carrying the transition. Like early game, Nathan's not gonna really bite. But the Farsa is there to make room, make space for the Nathan to transition to the late game. And Hijume, what a game he was playing. He was making plays, he was walking up to Sutsujin as a joy, right? And he wasn't scared of dying because he was the one who brought death. And Arfi, all he had to do was just survive the early game like we discussed. And come late game, he was able to dish out the damage. Sure, a few missed positionings, questionable ones at that. He looked clueless at times, but is still there to do his job, just constantly wreaking havoc. And that last fight was just a done deal. Toy had to watch his own kingdom, his castle crumble right in front of his eyes. So it's Alter Ego striking first, defying the odds. Will they be able to etch yet another win against RRQ? But we want to hear what our panel has to say. So Eterna, Mirko, Sheffin, walk us through.
Thank you, Realize. Thank you, Donnie, for that game number 1. Alter Ego leads this best of 5 series. Who would have thought?
Wow. Now, Sheffin, he predicted 3-0.
Exactly.
And I was kind of doubting your statement where, oh, Hijume and Dreams, they're clutch players. I mean, like, are we being serious right now? Apparently, no. Hijume was, like, absolutely dominant in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he got the Farsa, he got the range advantage over pretty much everyone else in RRQ. And Edok, oh man, should we revisit that third pick of Gatot?
Oh, we should. I think that we were already kind of phased by that pick, right? All of us were kind of confused seeing that. We were expecting a Kalea with the Granger, that was for sure. But I want to just bring the attention back to Alter Ego first. You know, in the first 3 picks, we were talking about how maybe they have to go for the Harith up against the Joy. But now it shows. For Alter Ego, their main strength is their trio mid. The gold lane can be whatever it is. As long as it's a safe pick for RP, we've seen this in the regular season. The carry, when they got the Savage against RRQ, a safe pick for RP, something consistent. The Nathan is another good option, another weak side gold laner that just needs to farm, just needs to survive in lane up until an item power spike. Then he becomes a factor. I have to say, I think Alter Ego are taking this route because RP is known to make mistakes. I think they know this. RP yesterday on the Irithel made a lot of mistakes walking up, almost throwing generational throw up against BTR. We saw that again from RP, but luckily, again, that's why they had so much emphasis on the Haya and the Farsa, the trio mid of Alter Ego, because you give this man a Farsa and then you force Rins on a Faramis, that's what you get. I've been preaching. Guys, this is a damage dealing meta. When we are in a matchup of Farsa versus Faramis, that Faramis is kind of cooked.
And that's why he is given the player of the game, presented to you by the official tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. And even in the drafts, we were kind of questioning that third pick Farsa in the first phase, but it looks like taking that away from RRQ was huge, but the way that they were able to utilize it amongst themselves was also a big ground breaker here in game number 1 to lead the series against RRQ.
Maybe not so much questioning, but it's more like we expected a different draft. But Farsa has been picked quite a lot in the first phase, or even the first pick in the second phase for a lot of teams in the playoffs so far. It shows you the value that this hero brings to the table, because it's essentially a long-range burst damage, something that other mages cannot afford to do if you can go front to back. And you can't really, you know, get to the backliner of the opposing team, but when you're a Hijime on a Farsa, you can do something like this. And with the itemization also, the Genius won a rush in the second item to kind of complement the fact that Mr. RP needs some items to be able to deal more damage in the late game. It boosts his damage in the early too.
Yeah, I saw Realize and Gani kind of get confused there earlier. How did the Sky Piercer proc actually, how did the Sky Piercer stack actually get him, right? It was because, I'd say, the basic attack. Basic attack got him. They were able to find it in the end. It was just a fight back to back to back. And really, you really see the drop of the Faramis, right? Like, I was in the crowd with Chef just like sarcastically saying, wow, Faramis, so good, wow. It's because of this. Once you get to a certain point of the game, especially up against damage-dealing mid laners, the poke that you have, especially with the Hayabusa as well, there's so many ways to pop the Netherrealm. Farsa, Feather Airstrike in the... Genius 1, there you go. With the Divine Glade, that is a lot of penetration. You can bait the Netherrealm with the Feather Airstrike. Just 2 shots and Rins was low enough for him to be threatened. Oh, should I go Netherrealm? Hayabusa, the Quad Shadow, something that Realize also brought up in the desk. He thought it was a counter, Faramis into Haya, but the Haya can, if played properly, be the one to take away the Netherrealm, and then Arfi can clean up. And Arfi became another option as well. He deals so much damage to the front that a lot of times we saw the clutch, yes, Netherrealm come in to save Dyron, but at that point, wouldn't you much rather have a damage dealer to retaliate when you get hit? Because your Netherrealm, when you use it passively, when you use it reactively, becomes a wasted resource.
And it kind of shoots you too when you get the HP bars depleted.
Yeah.
Then you're stunned. And
Exactly.
RP in the late game, 2 hits, that's more than enough to get the Netherrealm out of the fights.
I think once upon a time, though, the Netherrealm was a successful tool to negate the kill pressure that an assassin can offer, which is maybe the direction they were going for in the early game. But looking at it, face value in that particular game, that Netherrealm was just... It was barely an extra HP layer. It was like, what, 10%, 15% extra layer because of how fast it was shredded at the later portions of the game, especially.
Exactly. It's more of a snowball tool, I'll say, you know, something that you can use to snowball. It benefits the aggressors. If you are a passive team playing the Faramis, you get hit by that debuff. Like, the Netherrealm is a debuff, not actually something that can actually help you. Yes, you will survive, but in a team fight with so much lockdown, with so much range, it hurts you. You get silenced when you lose the HP bar, you are stunned there for a bit, giving Alter Ego's very aggressive lineup even more value. When they constantly heal back up too, that's something we need to talk about. I think RRQ though, to bring it back to RRQ, are not drafting to their strengths. What are their strengths in the regular season? This is something that literally got them #1, to stay at #1 from week 1 to week 9. Dyron and Edok on playmakers. Phovius was a solid pick. I like that. The Gatot Kacha on Edok. Every single time we see Edok play something like a Gatot, I'm not a fan. He's the game changer. He's the X factor. He's the regular season MVP as a roamer. That goes to show how much relevance this guy has in winning performances of RRQ. Give him a Kalea, man, please.
Yeah, obviously, but speaking of X Factor, shout out to Nino, by the way.
Oh.
I think out of all the Alter Ego members, the one that I'm most surprised to see, you know, usually Nino does not go hand in hand with the word composed, you know, but he is not extending at all. The face crack was incredible, and I feel like he's the second MVP in this game.
I agree.
Yeah, just the sets is awesome. And oh man, like if we just erase all the micro mistakes that Rin made, which is actually quite a lot, and Arfi made, this could be an actual tier 1 team in ID, dare I say.
Oh, that's a big statement because...
But with an if.
If, okay. Still a big statement though, right? Because talking about that, once again, we are on our way to MSC, and will Alter Ego finally be able to kind of catch up to these teams that we've seen time and time again show up at MSC, right? Of course, IDNS still takes the cake there at
man.
being present 5 times. Todak unfortunately wasn't able to represent MPL MY last time around with SRG stepping
even
up
this
to the
year.
plate. This year as well. Onic though are still a shoo-in to maybe level things out with IDNS 4 times.
Onic are the only ones that are still in contention for making it to MSC right now. Evos are out, RSG, SG are out, it's Flash from SG, Todak are out. IDNS, I'm not sure. I think they're not going to represent. Yeah, I think they lost. So it's just Onic who can make their 5th appearance. Another, a team that could try to take that mantle away from IDNS for most appearances. 2 MSCs as well, by the way, for Onic. So really good stuff for Onic. They look like they're en route to go for that alter ego, though. Like you said, Chef, it might be that second tier 1 team that we have here. I think Onic are currently number 1 in the tier 1 rankings. Alter ego might be able to.
Geek Fam first, then alter ego.
Okay.
Stefan, do we need to replay what happened in match 1?
Let's take a look at the MSC meta check from 2019 to 2025. We saw at some point it was, the...
Oh man.
Wow,
What a
that was
throwback.
What a throwback.
That was a long time
Good
ago.
shit.
It's been a lot of hyper carries, hyper assassins over the years. The hyper fighter / assassin just last year. But what about this year? I think this is something that we were kind of talking about in the earlier MSC throwback.
Well, we can see assassin battles like we did earlier, right? It really depends on the draft. If the team likes to play utility jungle, then we're going to be seeing more utility jungle. But if the team wants to play these assassins, yesterday, again, the reason we didn't get to see a lot of utility jungles sometimes is because BTR, they get banned out usually, Fredrin and Baxia. So same goes for like earlier, we saw a matchup again where both utility junglers are open. In Geek Fam versus Onic, you get to see it. Now we have Baxia and Fredrin both banned, so they are forced to play the assassins. This is a pretty good meta in the jungle. I would say it's kind of boring everywhere else.
This is the best, I think the best time for a jungler meta, at least like the variation of the picks. Ever since, I don't know, how many years is it right now? Because you can play pretty much anything. I mean, last season it was just, Fabian was like an exception in the lane. It's always Alpha, Nolan Suyo, Alpha, Nolan Suyo.
Like,
Even in MSC too, that's kind of the case.
Yeah.
In the building.
Oh, Sheffin, it's your segment.
Sure.
Hurricane by Head and Shoulders. Sheffin, you heard the shore because he's glued to the screen. He can't talk. He's speechless right now. Drinking his juice like a good boy. Head and Shoulders. Go ahead and take it, ladies and gentlemen. Get it. You want the lemon flavored one, Sheffin, or do you want the menthol?
Do not ever call me a good boy.
Don't worry.
That sounds disgusting, man.
Do you want to be a bad boy?
No, it's like, especially you don't call me a good boy, bro.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
But Rashi can call you a good boy.
Oh, Rashi can call you a good boy.
Maybe I give him that card.
Oh, so Rashi. All right. But we'll keep that in mind now. Maybe when you sit
Is
with
that
a
an Arashi
Wait.
picture?
No,
I think that's
Tsujin.
but
Oh,
I
saying they
see
look
it.
alike?
I see it.
well, they look both pretty good.
They both have Japanese names, and Sheffin lets both of them call him good boy.
I don't think so.
Ah.
By the way, Tsujin is not really a real Japanese word.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Well, okay.
I don't know. I'd have to ask Arashi.
Yeah. Oh, I know that
No.
guy.
That's CITB for sure.
Whoa. What?
Huh?
Yo, Joshua in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, that's CITB for sure. Might have to change a few things for CITB in a Head and Shoulders segment for Mr. Sheffin. The Kingdom, though, they were silenced quite early. Not something we expected coming into this. Again, I think all of us went for RRQ in the English desk.
I went 3-0.
I went 3-1 though.
I went 3-1.
Everyone else went 3-1. So.
I think if this is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Like Alter Ego are looking like the better team currently. RRQ's form are looking more like the second half of the regular season. We've been talking about, oh, maybe they're saving strats. So far, there is no strat that is... they've actually downgraded in strats, I feel. Like they went from Kalea pick to Gatot for Edok. That is a downgrade in my book.
I mean, to be honest, I think what Kesku said was kind of hyperbolic, but maybe in a way, kind of giving a warning to other contestants in the playoffs.
I think they need 40% back, that's what I'm trying to say here. If that is 100%, maybe they go back down to 40.
And by the way, guys, are we seeing a build-up towards 2 upsets to the upper brackets?
I mean, it's not an upset, the Onic Geek one, I think, right?
No, like in terms of seedings.
In terms of seedings, yeah, number 1 and number 2. For the first time, we might not be able to see a champion from the upper brackets, Eterna.
What do you mean?
Usually, number 1, number 2 are always the ones that end up winning. One of the upper bracket teams are always the ones that end up winning
Wait.
MPLID.
Wait, sorry.
That is Sally Boy,
That's
yes.
Sally Boy!
Well, he's a Sally man now. He has a child, ladies and gentlemen. That's Sally father,
Sally Dad.
Sally dad, and Sally son later on.
So chef and it's Sally Daddy.
Sally daddy.
Well, what?
Just for you guys back at home as well, Chef and let Sally Boy call him a good boy too. A good boy.
Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's
Right?
disgusting, bro. That's disgusting.
Arashi is in the building and his confidence has just been shattered.
With his foot
Arashi,
too.
I just want to say, Fairness, stop.
He laughed. Rashi laughed. Hello!
Hey, we got some
Wow.
MPL dates in the building.
Oh, I mean-
Someone's doing the. Is that a Velociraptor
It's a
or is that a?
Velociraptor, yeah.
That's like a
It's
two-
for any ages, man.
It's
MPL
a Velociraptor again.
Teenagers, Mirko's favorite. Children, Raj, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like-
you can be as old as you want and come to MPL Arena.
Exactly.
Not MPL Arena, but Jakarta International Velodrome.
Exactly. You know, the MPL Arena travels wherever their MPL is being held anyway. So you can call it MPL Arena, that's fine. And remember, the tickets are still available once again, guys. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, go to the official MPL website, or of course the GoPay app to get your hands on the ticket plus free diamonds.
This guy, Eterna, is an anomaly.
Jume?
Yeah.
I mean, quite
Evo-
literally in that party.
Exactly, he's quite literally in that party, but what I mean by that is the fact that this guy has a crazy ego. We've heard from crazy things from, not wanting to play with certain teams, saying that I'm a world champ. I don't need to listen to y'all. I want better teammates. And then backing it up, this guy has gained so much respect from me. This is so cool. The fact that we have a player as big of a chat as that who can back up what he says, because usually a lot of times we see that from other opponents, other players, and we don't see the backup. We see the trash talk, but then they just fall flat.
He has elite standards. Why are we zooming on Tyron?
That's a
Just
toy.
kidding. Oh, a toy.
That's not even Dyron.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like the hair color.
about this?
kind
Who's
of
this?
throws me off. That's Streams.
No,
That's
that's
not-
E-Dog. No, I'm joking.
That-
Now it's E-Dog.
That's Edok and
That
I
would
don't know
have
why,
been so fun.
Yeah.
What?
Who's on your screen now? The
Okay.
one in the middle.
that's Mr. Kessman.
Nope, that's Kes Cute. Not Kesman. Yeah, better nerd.
He's not entirely
That's the
wrong.
coach. Savero. Savero.
Well,
What?
they decide to stay on second pick selection.
Yep.
All right.
RRQ back on blue side. Again.
RRQ back on blue. I think it's fine. Again, they had a solid opportunity to actually win out. By the way, like it wasn't fully like Alter Ego outdrafting them. It was RRQ something. It felt like RRQ outdrafted themselves in a way. And they pulled a BTR real quick.
I was about to say.
Yeah, they were like overthinking a lot of the picks. They instead of going for the safe choice,
Isn't
went
that a Cascute problem? Overthinking sometimes?
in season 13. Last time the International Velodrome, yes, but
And SPS?
Season 14
I
finals.
don't think SPS was an
Iksha?
overthink. I don't think that was overthink. I think that was just like he got outdrafted by TL. I don't think that was
Alright.
overthinking.
But to be fair, RQ was in some part winning in that matchup against Alter Ego. Especially when they got a few of maybe 1K-ish gold lead until Edok just decided to just dive into the turret without any backup at all. But we're on to the draft here.
Presented to you by the official tournament smartphones
Whoa.
Samsung Galaxy A36
Wow.
5G. Kimi Phobius Luoyi this time, so the Fredrin has been left open. Meanwhile, from side of Alter Ego, Chip, Jushin, and the Baxia.
There you go.
Oh, thank goodness.
Kalea first pick. That's the change.
They're gonna have to go Farsa though again, I feel. Again, the Farsa Badang is a solid choice to open here. You have a lot of security with the Farsa. A really good mid laner. You have to remember that in this current meta, getting a good mid laner is actually kind of tough. We were talking about the possible heroes that could replace the Feramis in game 1, and yeah, there's not too many with the Loyi, Jusin, and Kimi banned out. Yi was the option, but even then it was kind of tough. They go for the Hayabusa and the Badang though, just like in game number 1. So not Farsa Prio. That means RRQ have a shot now to be the ones to secure the Farsa. Not the best against Haya, I'll give you that, but it is better, I think, than going for the Feramis again and then leaving the Farsa open to Alter Ego.
Yeah, it all comes down to how to make the backliner's life even harder. Yes, the trade-off with Hayabusa is there, and that's the sign of Alter Ego trusting Rin to pop off. But the Granger is still gonna be the option, and no Farsa at all. They can still go for that route. That should be the pick, right? I don't see a reason why they would go for anything else.
Yep.
Payback.
And now it's going to be tough for RRQ again. The Valentina is probably going to be banned out. I thought maybe that could be the option to go for, right? The Valentina, steal away the Feather Airstrike, having a way to deal with the Hayabusa as well. Yeah. I wonder if RRQ will still ban the Harith and Irithel now. I think it makes more sense considering the Kalea is now in their hands with the Joy and the Granger. They've gone for the same draft, only with better components.
I didn't cure the pain.
Valentina ban. The same thing that happened in the first game earlier,
Magic is my life.
which lets maybe like Dreams to pull off a big set hero to kind of like match up the pick-off potential from Mr. Edok with the Kalea. If we're going by what happened in the first game, it's gonna be a Franco ban, and I think that's still decent in this case.
Yeah, and Irithel, right, for RRQ.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get
Yeah, that's why I feel like
That's-
Farsa needs to be up. Man, so much value on Farsa right now. That's why, by the way, Geek Fam always banned it against Sans. And that's how you bring in the Faramis.
But technically, without the Franco ban, RRQ could still flex the Kalea, right?
Wait, you know
yes.
what? I'm thinking about the fact that it's a Joy, so it's a magic damage. Do they necessarily have to go for a traditional mid laner?
What do you want to go for?
Maybe something like a Mathilda?
Ooh, Matilda mid.
With Joy?
Yes.
That sounds pretty bad. If they want to do that, I understand. Maybe like a Lucas, right, with the Mathilda later on, or hey, maybe the Barats like we saw yesterday. RRQ carry. Oh, they want some tanky boys. It seems for Dyron or I really hope it's Franco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had a feeling they were trying to deny that as a
Good pick.
potential.
I mean, this is an easy one should be like, right?
It looks like it right now with no Irithel as well. It should already be good, right? The Granger. It could also be a Beatrix, by the way. It could also still be a Natan again. I mean, at this point, late game insurance in the gold lane.
Because they already have the burst follow-up coming in from the Farsa anyway with the hook. To kind of synergize well with one another.
Yep.
Among the planes.
There you go.
The equilibrium.
A solid answer up against this composition. Again, like I mean, it's the better choice over the Faramis, I feel. Damage dealing. Then they go for XP or Robe. Glue? I think the Glue is a pretty okay choice. They need
Like
that.
I'm missing something here.
Yeah, no, I just need the Glue. Ultra Ego. Gold lane. Natan, Beatrix, 1-1. I think all three are pretty good. Irithel actually technically is up as well, right? You can bring Purify. It's pretty ready to fight heroes. So if you don't want to have the pressure of scaling and not winning in the early game up against the Granger, Irithel could be a solid choice to go for.
For sure. As long as you peel for the Irithel too. And it's a good way to get away from danger, especially with the Glue and also the Eve gunning you down. With the notes, take a Purify, but they're not going for any of that. They just go for the Moskov. I gotta say, not really a huge fan of a Moskov, but I don't think you could go wrong with any marksman pick there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm wondering like what the synergy is. I guess the Farsa and the Franco.
Yeah. So, a little bit more gold blood pressure as well coming from the Moskov. We're gonna hear what the casters think about this draft. Boys, you ready for game number 2?
Yes, we are indeed ready for game number 2. It is looking spicy. We talked about it from the draft. We were able to see that it is bound to happen. That brawl type of play, right? That early fight, a lot of skirmishes. And now in game number 2, it is looking much more interesting. Will Alter Ego be able to secure a match point? Or will the Kingdom clap back? It is Alter Ego against RRQ Hoshi in game number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch and witness game number 2. Alter Ego against the audience predictions, of course. They won game 1. Let's see though, that's
Whoa.
a flicker already and a hook spent by Dreams early on.
Oh, that was an early hook towards Susujin. Again, with the Franco early on, you can exert so much pressure, right? On towards your enemy jungler, either just hooking away the buff or just delaying that clear so that the Hayabusa, Rin, does have the upper hand. Dreams, you know how much of a pressure he can put on towards the enemy team in the early game with the Franco. But now the emblems by IndyHome, by Talk himself. Concussive blast for the Franco, same goes for the Kalea. It helps with extra damage and clear. Now, again, with the hook, right? Sutsujin, he's kind of delayed in reaching level 4. I think we're in still number 3, but as of now, they're taking it slow. For RRQ, they know early pressure is kind of hard when they have a Franco.
Oh, that's gonna be Rin popping the shadow kill. Not enough damage just yet to take Idok down, but that will be Idok using his flicker.
That's a flicker. That's a very, very good info for Alter Ego. They know the Kalea might just be, you know, nearly inefficient in the next skirmish because the Kalea does not have the flicker. But for now, it's Sutsujin going to Dreams.
Oh, gotta be careful. Dreams, no flicker. Punished by Sutsujin. That's first blood. Uh-oh, Rin. Almost there. Picked off.
Edok was pummeling around. Rin almost got caught right there. But it's Nino with the Badang again. Just trying to put RRQ at bay. You know, that fist break, fist crack combo can be lethal. Changing the game, changing the course of the match. So as of now, it's Sutsujin with full control of the turtle. They know they can't really contest that. So Alter Ego, they let it go. They relinquish that objective.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be similar to game 1 where Alter Ego did not have control on that first neutral objective take. Let's see the outcome. Oh, that's gonna be the Tsunami Slam on towards Dreams. A little out of position, and Dreams will be punished the second time.
This is why RRQ prioritized the Kalea first pick. Oh, Rin! Shadow kill!
Yep. I think this time the damage will be enough to take Edok down, so both roamers punished.
At least the kill for the Hayabusa to keep going to snowball. But Sutsujin is already level 6. Same goes for Rin as well. The Toy coming towards mid lane, helping to clear the wave, maybe exert even more pressure in terms of the rotations because now the wave has been shoved. Rins has the time to go up top. But do they know that Dreams is in the bush?
Oh, luckily unlucky there for Dreams. Just got the gold grab, and that's a flicker already for Dreams as well. 4v2 top lane.
For RWM, Spear of Destruction to the back Toy.
Oh, that's just bad read there and got punished. Dreams again the third time. That's 2 extra kills for Toy, by the way. And RRQ, they're setting the tone right, and 1,000 gold almost established already.
Now they find the collapse. That was very, very nice, right? RWM to lock the Moskov in place. I mean, the Moskov could have just Abyss Walkered his way back, but he was ready to really get pinched by Sutsujin and also Edok. But at least Edok was able to be traded there. Still, not that worth it because RP has to be kept on a chokehold now because he don't really have the time to progress further. Now it's RRQ. What do they do to even be able to capitalize on this lead? It's Alter Ego. I think they really want to go for the fights, right? The Hayabusa is already strong. RP with the Moskov, he has the global presence. He can really join the fights. Look at Nino, he's rotating towards top.
Towards Iron, that's a questionable move, and Nino forced to use the flicker, mounted as well. Feather Airstrike doesn't really find the right connection. Nino falls. RRQ takes full control on that turtle. Rin looking for an opening to perhaps find a cheeky kill, but Sutsujin claims it comfortably.
Rin was trying to get that shadow kill and then the retry as well to possibly steal the turtle, but no, it is not coming to fruition, at least for him. And at least this is what bringing Yves brings to you. It's much more, I think, controlled. You have that RWM, that AoE, that could really just put Alter Ego in place. Maybe with the Faramis, it's much more defensive. You're playing from the Netherrealm. Once that is burnt down, you have literally almost no damage from the mage. But with the Yves, I think it can really be offensive, right? And it's Rins. He has a choice to be defensive or offensive. I think so far, they're capitalizing on the Yves very, very well. For Alter Ego now, it's all about stabilizing this lead. I think, or rather, you know, stabilizing this advantage that they have. I think if you talk about the draft as well, Rico mentioned it, it's very hard to look for good mages right now, right? If like Juice in a span and all that. But in this instance, I think the Eve has been at least the best option for RRQ if they want to go further. Tsunami Slam.
On towards Nino. Now it's going to be Fist Crack forced to be used. And Toy will be able to find the stack Sky Piercer there with the kill. RRQ, they will shift their gears more here in the mid lane. That's two members immobilized, and Toy gets another kill. Rin will find another kill there in the back lane. That's going to be Rin's punished. Bloody Hunt will not be able to find an execution as Dreams will fall. Ladies and gentlemen, RRQ, they're turning up the heat game 2.
I thought RV would take that SOD, but it was too dangerous, I feel like. So they get all in the hands of Alter Ego. RV was pushing up top. At least he's able to create that wave, to push and shove that wave into the topside turret. But I think so far it's RRQ on full control, dictating this game. Alter Ego, it's them having to chase back. And Hijumi, he can't really have that much pressure compared to game number 1. Because now I think with the Yve in the fray, he has to be more careful on getting bursted down, on getting caught by the RWM, right? If the RWM gets connected towards Hijumi, he could be Tsunami Slam like this, but the Purify will be popped. So that's info for RRQ.
Oh, little. I think Hijumi popped his body there out of the bush, and that's going to be a free turtle for RRQ again. 3,000 gold, a comfortable lead here. RRQ, they're setting their mid game very, very well.
Perfect turtle for RRQ. Oh!
Bloody Hunt will lock Hedok down. Rin's no flicker, not punished just yet though. Alter Ego finds a small compensation as Arfi is still pushing top lane.
Yeah, it's only Edok though. For Alter Ego, they'll take it still, obviously. With up top just pushing, but hey! With an Onic jersey, Abed and KB, Professor KB.
Yeah, you're right. They're watching.
Is he gonna pull up something again? Because previously he pulled up with the Kyrie pose, right? Wow. Okay, so to translate, that literally means when can I stream here in the venue? Because we have restreamers in this venue. R7 to our left, by the way. But now back to the game. And this Moskov pick, I do agree it has that global pressure with the push and all that. But I think when paired with the Franco, it isn't as synergized compared to, let's say, a 1-1 or a B-Trick, like with the first damage, the pick-off style you have. Maybe follow it up with a Spear of Misery if it's close to an obstacle, maybe that works, but I think RP now only has one thing in mind, and that's exerting the global pressure and make sure that the SOD hits when he wants to join a fight, because Hijumi could be stuck.
That's the Retribution doing work as well. Locking Hijumi down. That will be a free kill for RRQ.
Hijumi, his aggressiveness tamed in this game. RRQ, they're doing a very good job of containing this bird woman in the Farsa, in the hands of Hijumi. So now the question becomes, what do Alter Ego do, right? With the Franco in the play, I know they want to look for pickoffs, but the only burst they can get is probably the Farsa with the Feather Airstrike. It's not as quick as, say, a Beatrix or maybe a carry with a quick DPS, or even the 1-1 who can pop the Crossbow Fang from the weakness point. Tsunami Slam, Nino.
On towards Nino though, so let's see what will Alter Ego do. Oh, Dreams with the flicker finds a suppression. This is the right play, perhaps it's Joy. Actually will find the Lord. Susujin taken down, that's gonna be Nino. Going back, and Rin perhaps looking for a kill, but yeah, RP is still pushing bottom side.
Yeah, look at RP. He's doing the heavy lifting up top, and even down bottom, he's able to get the last turret in outside of the base. But for RRQ, it's that Lord marching in, helping them to clear the wave as well. So Alter Ego have to send someone to respond to that Lord push. As if the wave clear, they have beautiful wave clear, right? With the Moskov, and then you have the Farsa as well with Feather Airstrike. So I think that could really help if push comes to shove, the Lord gets closer to the base.
Yeah, bottom side isn't looking too hot either for RRQ, so seems like it will be just a 2-lane push for this first Lord. Mind you, Holy Shield still up. Oh, let's see, 2v1 potentially shadow kill. Spence, Rin Okay.
Whoa.
Will we have the time?
Whoa!
No, Sister Jin finds the connection. Has the
What?
shadow though. No shadow kill. Remember, it's a 1v1! Both junglers, 1 HP. Neither died. That's gonna be Alter Ego now, focusing down on the Lord.
Hijume has to walk back! Toy with the assassination! Puts Hijume to rest.
That's a double as well. Toy is just toying Alter Ego at this point. Shadow kill. Oh, great Wind of Nature to negate all the damage. And that's going to be the lockdown. The big cup pressure from Edok. Locking Rin down.
Toy is godlike, the SOD lands, but RP can't take it. And RRQ, they are content with what they're able to get. Topside turret, and even an important kill towards Rin, and even Hijume previously. And this is where Alter Ego starts to spiral out of control. I mean, they were able to contain the lanes with the far push that they have, the global pressure that they built.
Yeah.
But I think one mistake is what it takes. One, I wouldn't say greediness, but one heroic play that was supposed to happen, probably in Rin, down bottom in that jungle, it just didn't come to fruition. So now it's Alter Ego with the busy task of having to defend the base and the wave again. They have to restructure it, re-push it again. Time and time, RP has to be there to respond to the wave.
Seems like it's going to be a slow build-up again. 30 seconds on the clock for that Lord. So RRQ, they know. Yeah, let's not take unnecessary fights here, and let's take more important ones later on. And RP, though, Rose Gold on the way.
Fleeting time for the Franco. Adds more ultimate cooldown reduction. And now let's talk about Alter Ego's control, right? Engage tools, they don't really have any. Maybe it's only them waiting for something to bait. It's probably only the Franco, right, with the hook and the bloody hunt, but that's it. I mean, if you want to bank on Nino, he has to land a 3-man fist break into a fist crack. So that's going to be a problem for Alter Ego. For RRQ, they have instant lockdown. They have the damage to follow it up with the RWN as well. So Alter Ego has to be careful. Tsunami slam!
On towards one, Dreams with her crown just to buy time. But it seems like Dreams will fall regardless. Top lane still pushed by RP. Lord now should be the main priority in RRQ. They have the prio. Nino looking for a cheeky angle. Doesn't really find it. Isolated somehow. And now it's going to be Rin looking for a backup. Looking for a punish perhaps. Has a shadow! The timing is beautiful by Edok. Setting up a kill for none other, Toy.
What is happening with Rin? Why is he going for these 80-30s? It's the fact that he always kind of loses into the shadow, or he doesn't have the shadows even to continue the kill pressure. I mean, the shadow kill was there, but again, you don't have the escape mechanism. Edok comes in.
Yeah, Feather Airstrike, RWM suspend as well. Bottom side turret will fall. Ladies and gentlemen, and one turret left for Alter Ego. Lord is still very much healthy top lane.
At least the outside turrets are able to be caught. Oh, what?
He has immortality. Edok, will he survive? No flicker. Oh my goodness, Tsunami Slam. He will fall. That's going to be the Lord now. Main priority should be Alter Ego. Oh, Hijume looking for a solo on towards Rin, but cancelled by Sutsujin.
Rin goes in with the shadow kill. The SOD connects, but the Winter Crown on time.
Let's see Rin again looking for the clear Dreams. Right about time. Bottom side doesn't connect on towards the main base just yet. RRQ still putting pressure on towards Alter Ego.
They have to hold the base. As of now, they can do just that. No wave, but there goes the second wave of the minions. RRQ, they look relentless. They look like they want to end this right here, right now.
10 seconds on Hijume. Let's see. Tyrant's man hits flicker already. Mountain Nino. Toy picks up the legendary.
Hijume
trying to clear the wave. RWM will not be able to find the clear. And ladies and gentlemen, Alter Ego, they have responded.
Alter Ego, they hold. Right on cue, Hijume respawns, pops the Feather Airstrike. And as of now, we still have a game in our hands. Malefic gun for RP to play the kiting game, to have that extra range for the Moskov to gun down his opponents later on. But now RRQ with a 7.5k gold lead, I think it falls out of relevance because it's now about the fight, it's now about the timings. 80 stacks on the Sky Piercer,
yeah.
732 on the inherent Granger passive.
Oh, still untouchable. Toy untouched this game. And
deathless.
Deathless Alter Ego struggling to find a connection to take Toy down. Let's see though, they have survived, but yeah, no base certs left for Alter Ego, so that's alarming.
11:02. Toy comes back from the grave. He was shut down a lot of times in the first game. Second game, this is his game to play. Oh, Alter Ego with the flank angle. They have to check this. Enoch!
Yup, looking for, oh my goodness, Tsunami Slam! Rinzo will be the first one to fall alongside Ego. Hijume brings Firing Purify, winner crown by Sutsujin in the back lines. Hijume will not survive as Toy and Dreams go in at it, and that's gonna be SOD! RP finds the connection and shut Toy down, but that's Sutsujin claiming the Maniac and ultimate wipeout.
Arfi with the heroic play, but that doesn't cut it. The kingdom, they roar back to life. Rejoice, they say, as they look to end game number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, RRQ, they will equalize in this best of 5. We got a series. It's 1-1.
We have a series in our hands. Sutsujin, the savior with the Maniac. To end that game, Arfi looked for the Hail Mary play. He almost was able to survive, but the damage was too much to handle. He took down Toy at the end of the day, so Toy no longer immortal. But as of now, it's RRQ with their response, 1-1. What a game, full of action, just non-stop. So Alter Ego, they have to be ready for a possible 5-game banger.
I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, what a recovery from RRQ. That last fight, they lost 2 members quick. But with 3 members, it was enough with Sutsujin, with Toy. See?
I thought they would win this.
Yeah, it's a 5v3 practically.
Yeah, because they had the flank angle as well, with 2 players hiding in the bush. But everyone melted. Look at that Sutsujin damage. The joy again, his signature pick, bringing the win for RRQ. And
it was messy, very messy.
It was very messy, but hey, they got it done. So obviously, that's it for game number 2. We want to hear what the panel has to say. Eterna, Mirko, Chefin, time is yours.
Thank you so much, boys. It looks like RRQ have fought back. The Kings of Kings have fought back, going 1-1. That was a little too close for comfort, though. That was nearly a 2-0 for Alter Ego.
Almost the clutch factor kicked in again, but this time not for Hijume and Dreams, but rather RP on the Moskov. That I question personally. Like, I mean, why go for the Moskov? It takes so long. It's so conditional. Why not go for the Irithel and try to win out the early game instead? Turns out they were banking on the late game. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. It looked like it was going to here because, man, what a play. Wasn't enough though.
Yeah, I feel like the Moskov pick was like, they know that the matchup of Franco and Kalia was gonna be won by Edok by a landslide, and it was. You know, so it really doesn't matter if you have a good combo for the Bloody Hun Iron Hook combo. So then you bet on the late game. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. But MVP?
Presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G goes to Sutsujin. I think a big standout moment was at the end, the really end, the moment where Arki nearly pulled in a crazy performance. The fact that Sutsujin was able to take him down really was just the nail in the coffin for Alter Ego there. But these are highlights from the early portion. What did you guys notice the most?
How they've been able to enable the Granger. I think the Granger getting enabled is so good. Something we didn't get to see in game number 1, mainly because there was no way for them to really push the tempo, for them to engage. On the Gatot Kacha, on the Faramis, it's kind of difficult. Meanwhile here with the Yve, you can see the catch potential just by utilizing the RWM earlier in the mid lane, and the matchup. This is why I expected the Irithel over the Moskov. With the Irithel, you can actually hold your own in the lane and hold the Granger back. When you're really good at Moskov, there's a chance that happens as well. But for the most part, Ranger has a bit of an advantage against the Moskov, in wave clear especially. When he's able to shove the lane so much easier up against the Moskov, he will get more prio on gold crab. He gets more prio for double lane to get more gold and then to snowball. And I think that was what was visible here in the game. 80 stacks so early. Yeah, got RRQ the victory.
This is the play that kind of maybe made me vote for Edok as the MVP, because even in the early game, I gotta say the main difference was Edok. Do you notice how many feathered airstrike Hijume did in first game compared to the second game? There's barely any aggressive maneuver from Hijume in this game. Yes, probably because of the Yif having a longer range too, but at the end of the day, you're a Yif and a Farsa. You take that trade, HP trade every day for Mr. Hijume. And Kalea was able to just zone out all the members away from RRQ's member to Alter Ego. I'm sorry, I'm getting sleepy here.
No worries. This is why you watch in front with me, Sheffin, on stage. We gotta see and feel that atmosphere. Here though, I think it's just the same composition for RRQ Hoshi as game number 1, but with better components. Touched on that a little bit in the draft because I really don't like the Faramis, by the way. And then the Gata Kacha, maybe I dislike that even more in game 1. Kalea pick and the Yves later on was just phenomenal. Again, I like the fact that you pointed out the Kalea. Yes, the threat of just being there, the threat to cancel the Franco as well, right? Because we saw earlier, you asked the question, Chef, and how did Dreams not get prio in the bush? He didn't get the bloody hunt because Edok was able to tap skill 2 first. I think, I might be mistaken, but I think Franco wasn't in range of the bloody hunt, so he had to walk forward. Right as he walked forward, he walked out of the bush, giving Edok
That's a millisecond though.
Yeah, a slight second, like, oh, there's a Franco, pops in skill 2 and just taps it. Remember, you can tap that ability and it would just go to the closest target, boom, gets a knockup, and it stops the bloody hunt. He had to Winter Crown a bit late, bloody hunt a bit late, and just that microsecond, that millisecond of not being able to get the catch changes a lot of the dynamic in the fight.
By the way, looking at the asset here, Rin and Sutsujin, a whole different game being played in game number 2. Rin, I don't see any improvement from what his playstyle was in the game number 1, because I said it to Mirko earlier when we were watching.
Yeah.
Do you think Rin he seems like a ranked game player?
Yeah.
And all of these aggressive maneuvers with the quad shadow and the really late Ogi shadow kill was very much unnecessary, especially in this stage in MPLID playoffs where the stakes are higher than ever. You're trying to get to MSC. You cannot afford to make this kind of play, man. Like, you gotta lock in.
I understand that sentiment, but I also have to understand where Rin is coming from here. If he decides to play the systematic MPL style and not take those risks, it makes him just any other jungler. Very easy to read as well. At this point, you kind of can read the ranked gameplay again of Rin, but because they have so many X factors, so many dynamics, it could enable the rest of the team. And it did in game 1. So it's like a give and take. At this point, they know what they got with Rin. They know why they chose Rin over Gebe.
I don't know, man. It feels like every time Rin has an opportunity to use the quad shadow and the shadow kill, he will use it to poke. That's what I don't like. As long as he can deal damage and try to get the HP bars as low as possible, even though he knows that he's not gonna secure a kill, he went for it. And I think that should not happen as an MPL jungler.
But I have to agree
Fair.
a little with Sheffin right there. I think there are a lot of moments, especially it was very glaring in this particular game where he overstepped a lot, and then that kind of really costed the whole point of him being on the Hayabusa to begin with. So obviously adjustments will have to be made once again. I think we keep saying this game after game after game, but that's literally what they have to do in a best of 5. It's so different. And this is also another point that we should actually talk about, right? These are some new players, maybe the first time in a best of 5. So obviously endurance is also going to be a big question mark, whether or not they're going to be able to do that and how quick they're going to be able to adjust on the fly, because it's very different, the dynamic of a best of 5 and a best of 3.
I think it's already very fortunate that Alter Ego had the experience of reverse sweeping Bigetron yesterday, so I don't think fatigue is going to come in here. What I'm worried about isn't really the best of 5, but how are they dealing with the crowd? Today's crowd is oh, it's the kingdom, man. You know, it's one thing going up against the troopers. It's just another regular season match, but against the kingdom, every match is a playoff match. Every match might be like a world level match. These fans, are crazy in a good way, man. The Kingdom.
It's a bit unfair in a way. It's always home court advantage
It's always.
for RRQ. It does not matter which division, which game they're playing, which regular season game. Is it a playoff game? Even more so in playoff game. They're coming here from everywhere, man. I bet you there's someone that came here from outside of the country just to see MPLID playoffs.
The bigger the
Did a lot of
venue,
that.
the bigger the home turf.
Absolutely. I agree. So, before we get into game number 3, we're going to throw it over to Bude to see what she's up to. Bude?
Kita melihat bahwa di MPL babak playoff tiada yang mudah. Semuanya benar-benar berusaha untuk mendapatkan kemenangan. 2 game sudah berlangsung dan jantung kita benar-benar diuji. Coba Bude mau dengar suaranya, gemparkan Jakarta International Velodrome. Alter Champs! Waduh, loyo sekali nih Alter Champs ya. Nanti harus lebih keras. Tapi dari Kingdom, masih penuh di sini. Coba Kingdom, mana semangatnya? Wow, suara Kingdom mendominasi. Ketika kita melihat 2 tim sedang berjuang, 2 tim sedang berusaha. Kalau kita bahas tentang MPL Indonesia, tentu perjalanan mereka memang tidak boleh puas di sini. Karena nantinya dari 4 tim ini akan ada 2 tim yang menuju MSC di EWC. Dan mereka harus menghadapi dari berbagai macam region. Dan kalau ngomong tentang region, tentunya banyak banget yang rame-rame nih. Apalagi banyak banget ekspor dari Indonesia yang bermain di region tetangga kita di Malaysia. Bude akan langsung ngobrol-ngobrol bersama dengan 2 player yang telah berjuang. Dan kali ini mereka kesini untuk bersama-sama kita untuk menyaksikan babak playoff. Inilah dia, Jimat yang dahulu ada di EVOS, Klokun.
Halo Bude.
Halo.
Halo.
Sekarang berarti masih di Famos.
Ya.
Klokun Famos. Dan juga ada anak yang hilang tiba-tiba di tengah-tengah MPL. GB dari Todak.
Ya Bude.
Todak atau alter ego nih?
Alter ego lah tetap.
Oh, balik lagi.
Semoga kode elimin mau sih.
Jadi belum, statusnya masih belum jelas ya sepertinya untuk GB ya?
Ya masih digantung kode win Bude.
Oke, tapi setelah berjuang di sana, apa sih yang GB rasakan? Berarti kan kamu setengah di Indonesia, setengah ada di Malaysia. Apa yang kamu langsung mungkin ada culture shock kah? Atau ada sesuatu yang bisa kamu share?
Paling buat culture shock gak ada sih Bude. Cuma bahasa di sana harus lebih nyesuaiin juga kan. Soalnya ada beberapa yang beda juga sama Indonesia gitu. Jadi paling soal komunikasi doang.
Bahasa berarti itu menjadi salah satu ya?
Ya.
Tapi gimana kalau misalnya environment-nya, dari kompetitifnya?
Kalau kompetitif mungkin sama-sama keras ya. Cuma kan kalau di sana yang paling mendominasi SRG kan. Jadi ya gitulah, tim lain mungkin bisa dibilang 80 semua rata-rata.
80 semua rata-rata. Ada penyesalan nggak masuk babak play-in play-off?
Pasti ada sih Bude, soalnya dimarahin Kode Elwin kemarin.
Waduh, sampai Kodelwin bikin permintaan maaf ya. Tapi enggak, ini memang seru banget ya Kodelwin. Ngelihat GB di sini juga pasti kayaknya shock. Tapi yang lebih shock lagi di sini adalah Klokun. Kamu mendadak juga muncul di MPL Malaysia. Dan bersama dengan Famos. Gimana sih kamu pengalaman ada di Malaysia setelah berseason-season ada di Indonesia. Menjuarai banyak turnamen internasional bersama tim Indonesia juga.
Ya.
Gimana di sana?
Enak sih, sama-sama. Sama kayak di Indo.
Sama kayak di Indo?
Ya, paling ya bahasa aja. Bahasa harus nyesuaiin sama sana.
Tapi penyesuaian dari bahasa, dari segala macamnya itu gimana sih caramu untuk bisa cepat connect dengan perbedaan bahasa gitu?
Bahasa Malay sama Indo kan sama-sama aja kan, beda-beda dikit doang. Jadi gampang lah belajarnya.
Jadi gampang belajarnya.
Gampang.
Jadi udah problemnya cuma itu aja?
Apa?
Dari bahasa aja berarti yang kamu rasa?
Ya sih bahasa aja.
Bahasa aja, tapi kalau dari Klokun sendiri udah penasaran? Udah ketemu GB dong?
Udah.
Gimana? Ketemu sobat di Indonesia tapi di Malaysia. Sobat serumun di Indonesia tapi bermainnya di Malaysia.
Ketemu dia kan kemarin di regular kalah 2-0.
Wih GB, gimana Be mengalahkan teman dari Indonesia?
Itu Klaukun kayaknya sengaja ngalah sih Bude, dia bilang kemarin.
Oke, ini memang menarik kalau melihat mereka bertarung di Malaysia. Tapi yang Bude penasaran adalah gimana kalian ngelihat MPL Indonesia setelah kalian tinggal? Khususnya di babak playoff ini, 4 tim ini yang tinggal tersisa, RRQ dan juga Alter Ego, ada Onic dan juga Geekfam. Gimana ngelihatnya?
Ngelihatnya seru sih. Sisa 4 tim kan, tim-tim kuat semua. Tadi juga sengit banget pertarungannya. RRQ lawan ini Alter Ego.
RRQ lawan Alter Ego, tapi
jago-jago semua.
GP kamu nyangka nggak Alter Ego masih berada di babak playoff melalui play-in?
Nyangka sih Bude, soalnya mereka emang jago banget kan.
Wey, tapi kalau sekarang gimana nih? Apakah Alter Ego bisa bertahan di upper bracket menurutmu?
Pasti masih bisa, soalnya Navari masih punya banyak strategi khusus.
Strategi khusus, itu dari dalam dapurnya ya, dari Alter Ego. Kalau pertanyaannya berbeda, kamu udah melihat peta kekuatan dari MPL Malaysia, dan kamu juga udah melihat peta kekuatan dari MPL Indonesia. Tim Indonesia bisa nggak nih bersaing untuk IWC? Karena di IWC lalu yang menang adalah tim SRG dari Malaysia. Udah bisa bersaing belum nih?
Udah, kalau dilihat dari game-game yang kemarin udah sih. Tim MPL Indo kuat-kuat semua. Apalagi 4 tim sekarang kan. Ya kuat-kuat semua.
Oke, gameplay sudah bisa menyaingi dan bahkan kalau Klaukun bilang ini bisa nih saatnya Indonesia. Bisa? Gameplay juga bisa?
Bisa banget Bude.
Bisa banget.
Ya.
Sekarang kita bisa nggak ngelanjutin ke game 3?
Bisa.
Bisa, dan kita satu suara. Dan Jakarta International Velodrome bersiaplah untuk menyambut game ketiga. Inilah dia, tim RRQ Hosi dan Alter Ego.
Thank you, Bude Clara, for that quick update regarding, Klaukun and Gebe. Where are they? Later, not yet. Not yet. Okay, fine, fine. If you want to, it's okay. If you want to, it's okay. Let's let him.
Oh
open.
man.
All right. Earlier on, he had a really good
Why am I so
pull,
excited?
right? 3
It's fun.
BTR
It's fun, right?
cards. You guys can actually get your hand
One
on
for
it
you?
as well.
This one's special.
You guys
Oh,
check it
is that
out
a
now
special one?
because the Nirvana series is now
Right.
available and you guys can actually purchase it directly at the offline booth at the MPL Festival.
Alter Ego. What did you get?
Alter Ego again!
Hijume? What about you?
Alter Ego.
No way.
That's cap. What is that?
It's Octa.
Oh, look at that.
Is that a rare one?
I don't know.
Wait, let's open
think it
Gani's
can
one.
be.
Look!
There's a lot of looks.
And the last one.
That's Annabelle.
It's Ryota.
Wow!
Wow.
Man, I'm getting so many
Is this
looks.
like, oh
I'm
wait, let's
keeping all
check.
the looks. We have three looks.
Oh, okay. This is the tier B. Octa.
Oh man, we've been unlucky. What about this? What is this?
I think this is the common one.
Oh man, yeah, it
At
is.
least I think so,
It's
yeah.
tier C. Oh dude, we've been very unlucky.
C for cool.
Man, guys, we have not gotten a single good one.
We haven't got the
outstanding.
premium tier one.
We got one outstanding one,
Yep.
I guess. That's a tier A. But where is the tier premium? I want super premium.
I want some autograph, man. You know
I
what you
can't
do?
even get my autographs because like they're not even here anymore. They're out. Ooh, my goats. I can't even get his autograph anymore.
There's the cards that already has a built-in autograph though. But
Wait, really?
yeah, you know what they should do? They should do a cutout of the jersey that they've worn before and put it here. That's how they do it in sports cards.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
And it's
I have-
more historic, right? Imagine like, game worn finals, MPL season 14. How much does that sell?
I don't want to flex, but I got Kelra's upper bracket finals win and M6 jerseys.
Oh, you should donate that
No,
Nah.
for the
we wouldn't do
cause,
it.
No.
for the love of the game.
no. Keeping it for myself.
Wow.
Thank you,
Maybe
Kelra.
he'll do it for a huge amount of money though.
How much we talking?
Right? See? Yeah.
If you guys wanna, do business, contact me. You can find me everywhere. Contact me if you want to do business. Kelra Ward, upper bracket finals, M6 shirt. That's jersey. It's pretty crazy.
There you go. There you go.
Oh!
Oh!
What you gonna get? What you gonna get?
Let's go. Let's see it.
Hit.
Hey.
One. Hey, Rod Shaky!
Oh, but it's like the normal one, I think.
From the bench to the card.
Yeah, from the bench to the card
Ouch.
to Grim House.
Oh, Sans! Wow.
pretty cool.
Not Sans. All right. Please get a
Okay,
premium.
next one.
Please break our unlucky train. Oh,
Boom.
that's the team card. Wow. Liquid.
Oh,
Wow.
Everybody's getting liquid except you, Eterna.
Chive.
XPTR, by the way.
Of course, you're gonna say that.
Witty.
Oh, I want that card though.
Oh, man.
And look at that post too.
Cold.
Oh man. She's an RRQ fan. She trade, right? Do we have an RRQ one?
I don't think
no.
so.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll take the Luke one, or maybe they'll take the Alter
Maybe,
Ego.
maybe.
Octa!
Octa!
XRQ.
Give him Octa.
XRQ, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a. I hope she'll want to trade.
Well, I don't even know if you can find her in the crowd. Like, there's a lot of people.
That's true. You know, this is the first time that we've seen the Velodrome packed up until in front of us.
No, we saw that last season 13. Oh,
No, I
this
mean,
season.
this
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because yes, I mean, you know,
If it's RRQ,
if
then
it's RRQ, I think even
always surprised. Like,
even
every season.
outside, it's packed. In the
Oh,
festival,
because you went there earlier.
yeah,
I
it's
wonder
packed.
what's the jersey ratio between RRQ and their opponent.
9
Actually,
to
Alter
1.
Ego.
9 to 1.
9 to 1.
9 to 1.
With Alter Ego too?
Wow. I mean, Alter Ego has a lot of fans and loyal ones too. I don't know how they do it, man. The branding must be amazing by Alter Ego.
Oh, guys,
Alter Ego takes first
RRQ.
pick.
Yeah.
That's a change. But was it a necessary change?
What did you guys think about the drafts? Because
I like it. It was good.
the
Like
answer would be there.
they just corrected everything that they, all the mistakes that they did that they went for in game number 1.
For Alter Ego.
Oh, for Alter Ego?
Yeah.
I actually like the composition too, up until the Moscow. Like, I feel like if they wanted to go with the Hayabusa, the Farsa, and what's Badang? Like, if they really wanted to play that trio mid, they have to get a stronger pick in the gold lane because they would lose out Prio in the mid. They would lose out Prio, even in XP. I feel in that with that composition, they would need to make it up for it in the gold.
So some minor tweaks are needed here as we're entering the drafting phase for game number 3. Big change. Alter Ego on blue side this time around and RRQ on the red. Drafting phase presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Chip Jushin off the bat banned out by Alter Ego. RRQ go for the Baxia and the Joy. So that's been taken away actually. Left open in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of the Fredrin.
They're not, no. Mainly because the Joy is banned out, right? If you're afraid of the Fredrin, usually it means you want to go for the Joy. Like, you want to pick up Joy. That's why the Fredrin was banned out in game 1 by RRQ.
And to be fair, Rin has used the Fredrin and it does not look good at all in the regular season.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is there's a certain tier, even though we always say Baxia Fredrin, but clearly one is better than the other. It's gonna be a Badang, so maybe they're signaling towards a Kalea pick for Dreams the first phase, like the first pick.
Yeah,
Oh, he is open here.
you're right. The Loi could be the choice, especially with the Baxia already taken out. Baxia, Joy, Chip already banned out, Badang is taken out. Yeah, I think the normal choice would be the Kalea ban right now for RRQ. And then it'll be kind of weird for Alter Ego because, yeah, the Loi would be first pick if the Kalea gets left open. I think Alter Ego are just deciding between Kalea and Loi right now. Like, if it's first pick, if it's left open. But what would RRQ even ban right now? Like, yeah, probably just the Loi, right?
been itching for a
Or Kalea, yeah, there
I
you go.
like that better.
Kalea ban and then the Loi here for Alter Ego, I believe.
Or do they want to go something like a Farsa first over the Luoi?
Oh, I think Loi is...
Wow.
I mean, you know, it's a good answer towards the Luoi and the Farsa, but from what we looked in the first 2 games, it didn't work.
Yeah. RRQ, I think the safe choice would be to go for the Loi themselves, and then there's no Badang. Oh. There's no Badang. Think for the Granger.
Experience the youth.
Granger. And oh, they don't go Loi.
Gatot, what?
Again. The Flex Gatot. Again, not a big fan of that, but I understand the Gatot is a way usually to deal with the Granger from Alter Ego. I think it should still be the Farsa again, right? Like, there's nothing that's stopping it. This is like the composition that they did well up against in game 1. A Granger and a Gatot started the draft.
It outranges the Granger too. I think that's a big thing that they need to consider. But they go for a Nino pick first. Obvious.
Yeah, should be Farsa. Play with that trio mid up top in the XP as well, right? And then for RRQ, they probably are gonna. That's a good Phobius pick to deny the Ling. Yeah, I was expecting the Ling as well, maybe to go up against the Hayabusa for RRQ and last pick of red. And the Phobius finds a lot of value when he is up against the Ling, especially in the early game. With the Baksha ban, they actually go for the Kimmy. RRQ, even more reason to go for the Ling now, right? You get a lot of value up against the Haya and the Kimmy. It's just the Phobius that you have to deal with later. But you already have a Gatot Kacha technically to deal with it. So if I were RRQ, I would really think about the Ling. If they want to save it to the second phase because it hasn't been banned out, they go Farsa here, right?
Yeah, because so far the picks for Sutsujin is very, very limited unless, as Keskut said, they want to bring out that 60% in playoffs, maybe especially for Sutsujin. But do they want to go actually for a Farsa here?
Yep,
they do. So not a Ling just yet. Nope. And for Alter Ego, they can technically flex this Kimi towards the gold lane, even though it's not really a thing anymore, I think. Especially the playoffs. Yeah. But I don't know.
Now it should be the Irithel ban, I think, right?
For Alter Ego?
For RRQ.
Yeah.
Like RRQ ban Irithel.
I mean RRQ, yeah.
Maybe the Irithel plus Moskov too, because this would be...
Yeah.
Oh, that might be too greedy though when you already have the Kimmy. So yeah, Harith is a better choice. Yeah, Harith and Irithel would be the better choice. Just take away the ready-to-fight mid-game heroes over the Moskov. Alter Ego.
Still shut down Sutsujin.
We'll go for the shutdown on Sutsujin, but remember, I don't think they should be concerned about the Regin. I think they should be concerned about the Ling. They have a Kimmy and Haya. The Ling is still really good. Yes, RRQ will have a lot of damage. Maybe a kind of a greedy composition if they still go for Ling with the Farsa and Granger. But it works. Because Alter Ego need a lot of resources too with the Kimmy and Haya. And possibly still a gold laner that we have yet to see. It wouldn't be too crazy if RRQ ban out the Selena too, right, by the way? Because the Selena could still walk up as the Kimmy goes gold.
Yeah, Selena, for Hijime, 5 picks, it's actually pretty decent. High compared to the other mid laner, but the numbers for the win rate is not really that great, 40%. And as you predicted, it's going to be an Irithel. I wonder if Alter Ego wants to ban instead of a Ling or just kind of... Oh, I was going to say Lucas might be an option, but Glue. Just to secure a matchup for Mr. Tyrant too.
Wow. That should mean that they're not going to go Ling, because we were talking about greed. That's a lot more resources they need. But if they're really just banking on winning out in the early game, then I'd still say sure, Ling. It's really good against Kimmy, really good against Hayabusa, and the CC is actually a really good pick against the Phobius. So remember how we were talking about the Phobius being a pick to deny the Ling? If you have CC shutting down the Phobius in lane, the Ling should technically be enabled to go for the Kimmy and the fights in the turtle early. Alter Ego need a bit more prio in their composition. I don't know what will get them enough prio at this point. Oh, that is not prio.
Oh man, I actually thought about the Khalid, but
against this, do you think it's good?
For like, I like to be invasive, especially towards the backliners. Against the Farsa, against the Granger, it makes them a bit more afraid to show up in the map in the early game. But again, it's a Gatot and a CC. That's where the problem, the main problem comes. And this is also another problem in Lucas.
Okay.
Because seeing the CC, I understand the sentiment that you were explaining earlier on, but they would have to go for more utility in the jungle, no?
Yeah, a bit
Balance
more utility.
it out. All right, so there it is. The signature Lucas pick-in for Sutsujin here in their third game for RRQ. They're 1-1 right now. Will RRQ be able to go match point, or will Alter Ego get to that point first? Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it over to our casters.
Thank you, panelists. And we are en route to game number 3 and what has been a nail-biting series. They're both equal, 1-1. Who will break the deadlock and confirm match point? It is game number 3 of RRQ Hoshi against Alter Ego.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to the land of dawn. And you're right, realize who will bring this home and take that match point first. Alter Ego this time around though will be on the blue side, so let's see what they will bring to the table.
Interesting draft, obviously. There has been talks about the Ling by the panelists, but the Khalid ended up showing for Alter Ego alongside the Claude. The Claude makes sense because you kind of want to have a dive towards the backline, especially the Farsa. The Khalid facilitates that as well. But I think the Khalid is even more better against the Granger. You can just jump into the Granger and the Granger cannot really, gap close against you. Especially with the low mobility, but Edok.
Uh-oh, very low. Still able to get out though. Revitalized pop, that's info. And that's gonna be Rin jumping towards the mid. Doesn't really find the right connection there with the quad shadow, so he does not pursue more. Oh, okay. No first blood in the first minute.
But still, he's holding on to that safer option. The Claude against the Granger. Oh no!
Oh no! Perfectly timed flicker though. Toy has to recall. So Sujin now, level 3 still, is able to force Hijime to pop his flicker. That's gonna be the recovery though. Reinforcements. Dreams claims a first blood.
No level 4 for the Lucas versus Sujin. So no Sacred Beast form. No Jinchuruki or QB, but Dyren will be okay. If we're talking about the lane, Dyren against Nino, that's a flicker from Arfi. A bit far, but back to the emblems we go. Brave Smite for both XP laners for more sustainability. Obviously they want to fight it out because on paper, the Fulvius kind of struggles against the CC. Because the CC has so much mobility and the damage as well. They just chip down the Fulvius. But as of now, total secured by Rin. They want to go for a brawl again.
That's gonna be the Raging Sandstorm. Revitalized pots, ladies and gentlemen. It goes down. Green's very low. It's gonna be a roamer for now as Nino will be next. That's a 2-for-1. But Alter Ego, for the first time in the series, they got the first turtle in the game.
Yeah, RRQ retaliate. Rins!
Feather strike, bursting Hijime down. The ignition doing work, baby.
The snipe from above catches Hijime lacking. And now it's RRQ containing that pressure again. Alter Ego are on the move. They want to look for that pick-off. They want to look for the skirmishes because the Khalid is super strong early on. Again, Sheffin mentioned with the Khalid, you can kind of jump into the backline. You would like to be in the backline, especially against a Farsa. The Granger as well kind of is heavily immobilized once you have the Raging Sandstorm onto him. Sure, he has the Rondo, but it's kind of a short dash, and now Dyren is going to be able to run back. Traction Pulse though.
Hunters 1, 3v1. That's not a good number for Dyren. Punished. And RRQ, no compensation so far.
So, that's a good kill because you really want to give that winning lane to Nino, but again, the CC makes things hard. Blind Feather Airstrike, blazing duet.
Just to clear the wave. Nothing too crazy just yet here as RFE needs that item, those items to be a factor. And yeah, it seems like tempo gone down. Gold still very, very low on the gap.
Yeah, Bloodwing's first purchase for Rins because he knows he needs to be much more defensive. He needs to be able to distance himself. And that extra shielding will help on, I think, initiations early on against the Khalid. But Dyren again, Vengeance popped.
AOG will connect on towards 1. Oh my goodness, the Raging Sandstorm will not connect because of the immunity. Nino goes down this time alongside Dreams. RRQ. They have adjusted from the earlier setup and now they move on towards the turtle.
Again, fist by fist. This time they take the neutral objective. Edok even invading deep into Rene's territory. But as of now, he's content with leaving that B. They get the turtle as well. So RRQ stabilize everything. They even are able to swing the gold lead on towards themselves. Audience prediction so far, yet again favoring the Kingdom. With 78%, Traction Pulse flickered away. So Rins has no spell. Edok might be too deep.
Oh my goodness, Feather Airstrike. Rin jumps in towards the back. 3 members is there to cover. Just a mage, right? And that's gonna be Rin taken down. miscalculation perhaps.
It's hard for the Hayabusa to get that burst early on because Setsujin, he's a fighter, yes, but he's relatively tanky against the Hayabusa, right? And then you have Edok as the Gatot Kacha. Rin still lacking an item as well, only the Hunter Strike completed. And it's Setsujin rushing that War Axe after the Hunter Strike. Toy has the Sky Piercer ready, so expect more presence from the Granger to participate in the team fights. He's able to do just that and maximize that stack from the Sky Piercer. Arfi up top, he's still not a force to be reckoned with, right? He's still just there chilling because no items can make this Claude good enough in the early game. He needs 2 or 3 items to then go online. But we can see that a threat is there for RRQ.
Definitely. 2,000 gold lead already established, which, what, that's 2 minutes ago? It was just a couple of hundred. And yeah, RRQ entering the mid game seems like they are the more stable team. Let's see Alter Ego doing something here. AOG defensive lead up. Very well there. Get out of that threat.
Another plus point of the Gatot Kacha, right? You can kind of commit into a skirmish. You can kind of throw away your body, but you have the AOG to safely land back to a safer spot, to a better place. For RRQ now, it's all about just waiting for the timers to pop. I mean, Rin's 3 kills, already pretty heavy in terms of the damage. Now it's just up to them enabling Toy. But RRQ, they want to play with the turtle. Nino is close by. Hijume might get caught.
Uh-oh, gotta be careful. Hijume flickers out. Setsujin finds a fireball to take him down. That's gonna be Dreams isolated and taken down. Setsujin claims the double. Alter Ego fights with 3 as the turtle, the last one, is still up.
That's the Bijou Dama right there. A tail beast bomb from Naruto. And now RRQ. They want to siege on the turret. Oh!
3-man knockup. Will it be enough? Arfi, no damage whatsoever. And he will be bursted down. AOG landing on towards no one as Alter Ego. They have defended their mid, but they lost Arfi in the process.
He went for that blazing duet, but again, like we discussed, no damage whatsoever. Edok is gonna be fine. Still tanky enough, but hey, Dreams!
Oh no. Flicker's out of danger. Rin actually stole the turtle, but he will be traded back. Edok gets taken out, so that's a roam for a jungler, but RRQ, they have secured their own turtle.
RRQ with a marginal lead, 3.6k, even 3.7k now. They will try to secure a topside push, and now it's Arfi only looking to farm up. I think Alter Ego are trying to force the fights way too much. Arfi isn't even online yet. They can only play with the Kimi plus the Hayabusa. But then again, the Hayabusa doesn't seem to have that damage needed to burst down. Oh, Dreams. Sandstorm defensively, but Shadow Kill.
Oh, no threat whatsoever with that Shadow Kill. Setsujin move forward and
from above.
That retribution very clutch. Setsujin got it. He is, though, 2 levels above Rin.
Absolute plunder there from the Lucas from Setsujin. And so far, item check. 3 items for Toy. And Arfi only has the Golden Staff plus the DHS. So defensive items yet, but now.
Out of position. Rin again. 3 times already punished. And yeah, that will build the tempo for the Kings of Kings to perhaps secure game 3.
Rin has been totally shut down in this game. We haven't really seen the Hayabusa able to exert pressure. It feels like RRQ are just playing it carefree. And now Nino might be next on the blacklist.
Nasty damage already coming from Toy. Turret, bottom side, inner, will fall. Oh my goodness!
What?
That's the solo from Rins! Rins, oh Rins! Just waiting for that bush, on that bush, and Arfi, no chance that he survives that.
It's hard. I know for a fact Arfi really wanted to shove that wave up top, but you're weak at this point, and the far side 6-0, traction pulse onto Edok, AOG defensively again. So they wouldn't really go for Edok because Edok can just run back. Nino now stuck in no man's land.
Oh, different story. Edok has the AOG, but Nino does not. And RRQ, they will be able to punish that. As 10 minutes in, so far it's a stomp.
I'm trying to probe onto possible winning conditions for Alter Ego. I think it was always the dive, the pushback that they have, you know, just jumping onto the faces of RRQ. But it feels like as of now, it's all tamed down. The Hayabusa ain't doing damage. I mean, the Claw recently was able to achieve that Trinity. But RRQ has grown stronger by the minute. It's hard to penetrate them. They're impervious at this point. And Ruins is just a menace with this Farsa. So what do they do now? Do they look for a momentum? Maybe a misplay from RRQ and then turn things around? But as of now, I think RRQ are playing this flawlessly.
Yeah, it's
near to perfection.
The tight formation from RRQ makes it so hard for Alter Ego to find an opening. Real world, just feather airstrike, right?
Yeah.
That's already zoning, what, 2-3 members of Alter Ego, and that will be enough. RRQ, they don't need to force it.
I think Alter Ego could play around that traction pulse. I mean, it's always a utility tool for the Kimi, but again, that question that has to be answered is who bursts down? Who can burst down the players of RRQ? And even Rin against Dyron 1v1. AOG on top!
Oh no, no shadow whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
0-4-3 from Rin.
Ay, Shuriken's broken. Jutsu's gone. No chakra for Rin, and now they siege.
Raging Sandstorm will not do anything.
Arfi!
Tsujin though, finding an opening. Winner crown! Oh my goodness, he survives that. Now it's gonna be Dream, Tijume, and Nino defending. Vengeance pot by Darren. That's a pull, great taunt, but Nino will not survive. Toy is there to secure the kill.
Toy is toying with Alter Ego. Again, he has that range to just poke down and burst down. Alter Ego, Hijume, even under pressure, shadow kill. Defensively to at least clear the wave. AOG to Dreams!
Oh, nasty formation, nasty setup, nastier execution. RRQ, they took down 2 base turrets practically with no Lord.
Good night. Sweet dreams. It's RRQ, 8.9k. By the second, they are looking even stronger. And for Alter Ego, it's looking very bleak. It's kind of sad they were able to present a very, very competitive game number 1, but now, when it comes to where it matters the most, Alter Ego, they can't really deliver. And now Rins with a truncheon purchase previously adds that splash damage. Now look at that poke coming in from RRQ. Sutsujin stuck, he could be dead.
Huge knock up there from the Lord, but Sisujin recovers. That's gonna be Dyron popping the Vengeance. Oh my goodness, Arfi taken down again! And ladies and gentlemen, Rin finally finds a kill, but immediately traded back, and Nino will be isolated. 4 members down and out. That's gonna be RRQ pushing for the base.
It's just Hijume staring down at the army of the kingdom. He lives to tell the terrors of the kings of kings. And they will secure match point. 22 kills to 5 kills.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a slaughter. The Kingdom, they will take the lead in this best of 5. And Alter Ego, wow, they need a complete reset after that game. Kimmy was a non-factor against a Farsa, and Rin's show that, yeah, this is how you play a Farsa against the Kimmy.
Well, I think what Alter Ego were trying to achieve from the get-go, it just didn't come to fruition. It didn't really happen. And you know, they are under pressure now. Match point for RRQ. 1 more win to secure a Royal Derby in the upper bracket finals. And a step closer to MSC. But again, things can turn. We know what Alter Ego can do. Yesterday, I mean, it's a reverse sweep. What is the 1-game margin, right? Still a possibility over there, but this was the last fight. Sutsujin was just jumping in. Nobody was able to stop the Lucas, not even the Khalid. The Khalid melted down in the hands of Naruto and Kurama. But obviously, panelists, help us. What went wrong for Alter Ego? So Eterna, Chef, and Mirko, take it away.
Thank you so much, Realize. Thank you so much, Goni. Match point.
Yeah.
Earlier, Realize posed a question. What went wrong for Alter Ego here? 22-5. It looked like a complete outclass in the execution as well. Did it start from the drafts or was it just purely execution?
It started in the draft. Everything went wrong, I feel. Earlier, I could see the vision, like the Hayabusa first pick, sure. It's a comfort pick for Rin, but you need to build for Rin, just like in game number 1. If you want the Hayabusa to excel, a player like that, someone that Shevin already mentioned, plays like a ranked game player, you need to give him the lead. He only knows how to snowball. He doesn't know how to play from behind. And that's what we saw there. They pick up the Haya, they facilitate the Haya with a winning lane in the Phoveus, and then they went Kimi.
Should have been Farsa.
It doesn't make sense to me. You go Phoveus Haya, those two want to win early, and then you go Kimi. What the heck is the Kimi gonna do in the early game? Like there are massive concerns from me right now to the Alter Ego coaching staff, because it almost seems like at this point they're so inconsistent in the draft. They might just be fluking out in the draft. Like the reason they might be doing well in the draft might just be, okay, our template works. When the template doesn't go through, we have no idea what's going on. We have no understanding of early how to snowball, how to build a composition for their winning conditions.
So everything feels a little mixed up.
It feels too inconsistent for it to be like them act. And then they proceed to go with the Khalid again, another early pick, and then Claude. Claude is so bad in this game. Like, it's not even RP's fault.
Oh man, one of the reasons why Khalid hasn't seen a light of day for quite a while in MPL Indonesia is the fact that he falls off really, really hard. If you want to play a Khalid roam, you gotta win the early game. You gotta somehow make it that the Khalid can roam around the map and can deal damage with safety. But when you lose out on a trade against a Farsa in the mid game, that is just that sentence from you. And shout out to Rins, by the way. One of the plays that he flickered so early on that feathered airstrike. He knows that he can get the kill. The bravado, the gal on this guy. But this guy though, you gotta tone down on the testosterone and also the adrenaline. Ren!
Oh man. To quad shadow to farm in the later stage of the game is unacceptable. I agree with you. This pick here, if you replay this clip, Rin was dead before this team fight happened. And then a few of the shots here, Hijume getting sniped down by, it was Nino who got, wait, was it Hijume? No, it was Nino who got sniped down by Toy. But yeah, Rin, you really shouldn't be quad shadowing in enemy territory. Technically, your jungle is enemy territory when you're left with your own base turret. Amateurish movements from Rin. And again, it's the rank playstyle, right? When you're ahead, you do wonders. When you're behind, it's just very difficult. You get desperate plays. You keep on amazing Kingdom atmosphere, by the way. This was a big concern for me for Alter Ego because of the two rookies. How would they handle the crowd, the atmosphere of this scale?
It's hard. You can only hope that you're not gonna feel the jitters. The weird part is, this is Rin we're talking about. This is a guy that, we know him for the assassin, but in this playoff, you can say he's a Baksha merchant. The lane, it didn't work. 0-7-0. Probably one of the worst jungler game this season. And he won in Baksha and only Baksha. And when it got banned out, then what do? You want to shift it to Frenchman? Because it didn't work either in the regular season.
Tough. I agree. It just really is tough at this point. But I gotta give props to RRQ. We can stand here and complain about Alter Ego, about their inconsistent draft, about the composition that really just doesn't synergize together. But we can also just say that RRQ completely outdrafted them. The bans again to the second phase as well to force RP to go for Claude, right? It was, I believe, Irithel and Harith, the picks that I believe should have been shown a bit earlier from Alter Ego. I wonder why they're not giving RP the Harith. It almost seems like they've lost trust in RP's Harith completely, and now they're putting RP in tough situations. And the Tan pick was great in game number 1, but mainly because they already had such a strong trio mid that could carry in the early game to a point where the Natan will be relevant. Here they try to do it again, but with a pretty significantly weaker mid laner against what RRQ had. The Farsa. Let's take a look at the itemization here. Bloodwing's first item into the glowing one. At this point, I think the Lightning Truncheon early could have been built by Rids, and he should have still been able to walk away with it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is just, overall, it's pretty standard. Maybe we can point out the fact that Hijume got a Wind of Nature quite early, and questionable Sky Piercer. Yes, maybe he tried to win the early game, but you really want to go for a Sky Piercer? I think at that point, they were already losing. So chances are it's not going to work. He's not going to be able to execute these guys in the front lines. And traction pulls barely deals any damage. You got engaged on pretty much all 5 guys of RRQ, especially Rince, putting a bounty on his head. Complete domination in the mid lane.
Oh. Yeah. I'm just confused again looking at it. The Lucas pick was also just really good after the CC. Like, get that winning lane. It was already a greedy composition with the CC. I thought it was going to be Link still because it just looked like such a better early game draft that they could pull off the Link. And it would be more of a shutdown to the Kimmy. But hey, if you need a bit more utility, the Lucas fits in perfectly. And it is a hero that we have seen Sutsujin play to very, very, with a very good performance in the regular season.
Yeah, for the Lucas, it was always Albert and Sutsujin. Right, so we finally get to see that once again. So that was pretty cool. But man, as you guys were talking, as you know, the casters were also casting the Kingdom and their energy, I still can't get over it. I want to get a little, you know, sneak peek as to how things are going with Alyssa over there to see a little bit more of what's going on in the situation right now.
Hai, kembali lagi bersama Alisa melaporkan langsung dari MPL Festival di Jakarta International Velodrome. Hari ini Alisa melihat suasananya begitu ramai dan kayaknya para super fans langsung pada nempel-nempelin wish mereka di wish wall ini. Kayak kita bakal culik kali ya salah satu dari super fans di sini untuk kita ajak ngobrol kali ya. Boleh kali ya, nih ada yang di belakang Alisa. Permisi, halo. Boleh kesini, aku culik bentar nih. Namanya siapa nih kakak?
Rofik.
Kak Taufik, kamu super fans dari apa nih?
RRQ dong, masa
kelihatan ya, udah Kingdom abis nih ya. Gimana nih, kamu di MPL Festival udah dari tadi pagi, tadi siang apa gimana?
Dari tadi siang.
Dari tadi siang ya. Nah, dari tadi siang kamu udah di sini melihat suasananya seperti apa nih?
Sumpah, ini meriah banget, ramai banget dan sumpah bikin excited banget sih.
Bikin excited banget ya. Tapi kamu sendiri siapa sih memprediksi yang bakal 2 tim menjadi perwakilan Indonesia di MSC?
RRQ sama onic sih.
RRQ sama onic. Wah, RRQ obviously kamu Kingdom. Kalau onic kenapa nih?
Karena mereka dari tiap season itu improve terus dan konsisten sih.
Improve dan konsisten ya. Apalagi hari ini juga onic berhasil menang ya atas match tadi ya. Dan kamu sendiri mau nulis wish apa nih?
Wishnya RRQ go to MSC.
Kasih lihat dong, kasih lihat dong. Ya, keren banget dan semoga beruntung ya RRQ bisa lanjut ke MSC. Thank you so much Taufik. Enjoy MPL Festival dan jangan lupa teman-teman semua, aku tunggu kehadiran kalian di MPL Festival karena ada berbagai keseruan ya pastinya gratis dan langsung aja datang. See you di MPL Festival.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, for that quick update over at the MPL Festival where there is a wish wall. So you guys can actually come over, write down your wish, put it on the wall. Well, that's what a wish wall is essentially.
Wow.
But it's pretty cool. And she also mentioned how packed it is up front. And
You know what's proven to work? You know what else is cool?
Go ahead, guys.
That's your job.
What do you mean?
That's
What
your
is my job?
To market this.
Yeah, I was getting to that, but yeah, I was about to say, you know, you guys are, for those of you guys at the MPL Festival, obviously if you're there the entire day, it can get a little bit hot, but how can you remain cool? And that is Head and Shoulders.
I prefer the lemon one, honestly. Yeah,
Okay.
mental version definitely helps with the cool in, but I prefer to stay fresh, you know, have that cool lemon scent that Sheffin actually hates.
Both are great, you know, both are refreshing, both
Equally
are
great.
No, one is better than the other. I think this one is better. You know?
Switch in opinions.
Oh,
Despite
I like
the-
the lemon one more. So whichever kind of guy or gal you guys are, you have 2 flavors there that you can, explore around. 100% itchy, wet dandruff, yuck. It gets 100% wiped out with Head and Shoulders. But also, on that note, we do want to remind you, Kyla Food is at a discount of 50%. So you guys can actually scan the QR code to, check that out because holy crap, it's so good.
It actually is. We bought them just now.
We actually did, this, we actually bought the baso achi, right? It was a block.
It's in their stands, but
That's true.
it kind of counts, right? It's so good, especially when you put in a bit of a sambal there. Just a touch of sambal. Midnight put it too much, and right now he is still in the toilet for about 2 hours. Trying to figure out how to fix the problem.
Late night cravings, lazy days when you can't be bothered to
Midnight cravings.
Midnight cravings, emergency hunger situations, all here. This is your solution.
That's
This
it.
instance of block absolutely slaps. Eterna, do you know what a block is?
I do.
Believe it or not,
Yeah.
this guy does not know what a block is
So this
before he bought
entire
it.
time when we're talking about the Ultra.
I thought it was just a term for Onic fans.
Oh.
Have you actually tried a real subblock before?
No, why are Onic fans called subblock? What does that?
I don't even know.
Because honestly, the reason why is because generally women like subblock.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Do you like subblock?
I don't.
So the thing is,
You're not
usually college students and uni students, they are really into spicy food and late night cravings. It's all solved with the subblock. It's so easy to make. Well, not really. It's pretty much a lot of MSGs, a touch of salt, and the ingredients are pretty cheap too. And by the way, we're actually promoting Kyla Food, not just a block.
Yeah, talking about Kyla Food because women at a certain time of the month sometimes they like to crave spicy food. That's where the subblock comes in.
Oh,
right?
I've heard of this time of the month.
That's very sexist, Rush.
A rush?
Gani?
That does not. Who am I? I realize.
Yeah. Because we're both Jawa.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we're both Jawa.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're Javanese, both?
Who and who?
Realize.
Oh, realize.
Are you Javanese?
A little.
What do you mean a little?
I have mixtures.
Doesn't count. Mixtures.
Yeah.
That's an
So you don't
interesting
you don't count half?
Technically, yes. I'm a Javanese and Sundanese. A touch like a sprinkle. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, a sprinkle of Netherlands, believe it or not. Dutch. And also like 10% Arabic.
Virgil van Scheffen.
Huh?
Virgil van Scheffen.
Can you name 3 Dutch players without a fan in his name?
With a van?
Without a fan.
Without a van. Cody Gakpo. Why am I thinking about this? De Ligt. And then, hold up. I know this one. Give me a sec here. Why am I... Xavi Simmons.
Okay.
That was pretty fast.
That was actually pretty slow. I should have more. There are a lot on my team.
It's harder than you thought.
I can go for more.
Sure.
Just need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But do Alter Ego have time?
I mean, they have quite a bit of time to figure out what's wrong here, but will they solve it? I think that's the main question.
Yeah.
And I think the answer for me right now is no.
I think they have time, but I don't think they have...
Enough time?
I don't think they have the strats, really. I mean, at this point, like, against BTR yesterday, it really felt like BTR were the ones to outthink themselves and to out-strategize themselves.
Yeah.
Here, for RRQ, they are really just keeping it simple. After trying to change things, after trying to play a different game in game number 1, they've gone back to their roots, gone back to how they've won in the regular season, gone back to 40%.
So speaking of like going back, technically Alter Ego yesterday won with a completely different kind of formation, right? Rin on more utility, tank, and Nino more on damage. But today, it's a completely different look for Alter Ego. We're looking at the Alter Ego that we usually and commonly see in the regular season. Do you think that's an avenue that Alter Ego can explore today?
So the thing is, the only thing that they've tried with the utility jungler is Baksha. It's proven to work. The Fredrin does not. So that's the only thing that can allow them to play Nino on a damage jungler.
Damage XP?
Yeah, damage EXP. So maybe if you want to go crazy, because this is time to go crazy. This is a match elimination point for Alter Ego. Maybe just bring out something like, what else is there, Rico? Like what's other
Why
utility
not just
jungler that
Baxia again?
it's banned out?
Technically, Alter Ego were the ones to ban it out. 2 out of 3.
Oh, wait, by the way.
Oh, what's this? Who's the better Farsa user? You guys can actually vote. Type the player's name right now in the live chat to pick between Rins and Hijume.
wanna ask
Because
me?
obviously, other than the Baxia pick, the contested pick that has been a common trend, especially in this match, is the Farsa. Okay, Miracle.
Or Reno. Was this Farsa not clean yesterday? Come on, guys. Come on.
wow,
When he got his hands on Farsa. And then they were like, nah, never mind. You know, you're too good on the Farsa. We want to lose here.
as clean as their hotel rooms right now.
Oh, that is
To be fair,
harsh.
they didn't even get hotel room.
Oh, okay.
So
exactly. It's non-existent like their playoff run.
I could say the same thing about you, lady.
Hey, I made peace
Lady!
with it. It doesn't bother me. You can't hurt me.
One
Yeah.
season wonder.
Can't hurt
At
me.
least you got something.
That's true. I don't. What's your SPS first runner-up? What's your MDL? Right? What color is your MDL? And Alter Ego don't have an MPL. Oh, they have an MPL trophy actually. Never mind.
Can you
Yeah, just
technically
now.
claim the women's trophy?
There are levels to how petty and how desperate I am. I am not Ghani level of desperate yet.
Are you? Wow.
Yes.
I want to say something, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
I know you guys don't got the cojones to do it, so.
I bet you guys are talking about first pick, second pick, right?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Exactly,
Sure.
exactly. Oh, it's so cute!
Oh, is that the Velociraptor?
That's a Velociraptor!
I've never seen that variant before. She's Hyper Velociraptor.
That's cool, that's cool.
Why is it Velociraptor? Why not Stegosaurus or like
It's
Giganotosaurus?
velocity.
Velocity, I don't think you
Velociraptor.
do a Velocir.
Is that a TikTok trend?
Yes.
Yeah, velocity.
Ah.
This is a drafting phase.
Oh.
Yeah. Presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Ladies and gentlemen, this potentially could be the last chance for Alter Ego if they still want to make
There you
their
go.
way to the upper bracket finals. Will they be able to do that? It all depends here in the drafts. Alter Ego
Wow.
on blue side, RRQ on the red side. Chip, Jushin, Ranger banned out. RRQ though, take away the Baxia once again, and the Joy also gets eliminated.
Should be still Kalea.
Yeah, this is the reason we haven't been seeing the box cap picked
Whoa!
up by Alter Ego. It's because it's banned out by RRQ in first pick. Boxer Choi and the Haya Kalea left open. I honestly feel like this should just be a Kalea pick for Alter Ego. Oh, this is gonna be a full jungle ban. They are playing into what they think is tilt. Rin tilted in that game is what RRQ think, and now they're shutting him down.
So, like, what other options is there for Bryn? He played the Lancelot, he played the Ling.
Ling.
Let's say the hero pool
Suyo.
this season.
That's it. Joy, Suyo, Lucas, Haya, and Ling. That's it.
That's Susujin.
itching
Rin.
for a
Oh, Joy, Hanzo, Haya, Ling, Suyo, Fredrin, Lance, Leomord, Baxe, Export.
You don't have to mention all of it.
Yeah, because
Damn.
some of the picks are okay. Kalea first pick for Alter Ego. Already RRQ. No Granger this time around. The Badang is left open. I think the Badang should just be picked up here
Yeah.
together with the Farsa. Right? It's been of crazy prio right now. I don't see any other pick. They can just go Lucas last pick as well, and then they can flex, or they can utilize the gold lane pick later.
Oh.
They actually want to go for the Harith first. So Harith Badang, right?
What? They really like the Gatot,
They
man.
really do.
I don't understand. Like, yes, the flex is there, but so is Badang, and it's a better matchup technically against the Kalea. Maybe you can get away with the AOG. That's the idea when you get, you know, jumped on. And Badang is technically a bit less tanky than a Gatot.
So Badang Farsa for Alter Ego? You need a Farsa against a Harith, right?
Yeah, outranges it.
Burst. But do you still take away the Badang is my question now. Or do you want to just go Phobius and try to win out early?
I think it's gonna be a Phobius.
Okay.
If we're talking about Nino's hero pool and the fact that Kescute banned it, I believe in what are the first 2 games? In the first phase,
The only
kind of signals that it is that prio for Nino, and it's gonna be a Hijume Luoyi.
What's the win rate
On
for
Luoyi?
Hijume on Luoyi?
75% in 4 matches, so it's pretty good.
Pretty okay.
And it's an early game pick that really now is good with the Phobies and Kalea. So it's already a better early game comp.
The main question is how do you complement this Luoyi pick with a proper jungler?
Exactly. The jungle is a big
Lucas
question.
should be the prime option, right?
I think RRQ can be the ones to pick up Lucas here still.
Oh, that's actually a good shout.
Yeah, like they can go for the Lucas. Dealing with the Loyi is pretty solid. I think in the Philippines as well, when they're up against Chip, when they're up against Loyi, a lot of times we do see the Lucas because of the anti-CC, but they go for a strange choice. I thought maybe the Farsa would be the choice instead of the Yve or a Lucas. They go for the Yve instead, so Yve, Harith, and Daton,
Run deep.
they are fully banning out Rin. There you go.
And this, in a way, kind of does not favor Sutsujin too, right? He only played 5 junglers this season.
If Alter Ego don't ban the Lucas, RRQ can still first pick it on red
So you're
side,
gonna ban it. Come on now, come on.
Are you sure about that?
They have BTR, bro.
I don't know. They've been looking very... Yeah, there's a CC ban. Badang is still up for grabs too, and it's Badang Gatot. So I'm not too sure if they actually want to ban out the Lucas here. Oh man, and it's so bad too because Alter Ego have no way of picking up the Valentina, right? They already have every...
They
There you go.
can't. Oh, they can't. Because Nino has phobias.
Yeah, exactly. Phobius, Halea, Loyi, every Valentina possible. Flex is taken away. Alter Ego, if they ban Badang here, the Lucas is wide open for the taking. If they ban the Lucas, they play into a who's the jungler game.
For Rin?
For both. For Sutsujin and Rin.
What's your debut pick for Sutsujin?
Oh, Rin for
very
Sutsujin
likely.
maybe, right?
He hasn't played it, but, you know, it's in the same ballpark.
Yeah. Badang.
Wow.
Expected. Here's gonna be the Lucas or Fredrin, I believe. Should
I mean,
be.
there should be no avenue to shut down Lucas anyway, right?
Yeah.
CC ban, no potential for Valentina.
Exactly.
If they do go for Lucas, Rin, looking at the option that they've picked in the regular season, Suyo, I don't think it's really a good matchup against these 3 heroes. Leomord, if you want to reach?
Oh. Lucas, I think, is a better version of Leomord, right?
Is X-Work not an option?
I don't
Or
think so.
RRQ?
For Alter Ego?
You have Yif on the other side.
Ah, right.
They go Hilda first. They are forcing Alter Ego to make the decision first.
I mean, if it's Lucas, it's all fight and daddy for Rins.
Yeah. It is
So what's the choice now for Alter Ego?
Lucas, Fred, Suyo.
Should be still Suyo, right?
Against a Hilda, against Yve as well. Remember, magic damage reduction is gone. You can see the camera panning to the man of
to banish
Lancelot. They gotta go for an off-meta pick. And then the 1-1 here. Not a bad pick, honestly, the 1-1 up against a possible Lucas, Fred, Hilda, Yve.
Harith in the early game laning phase is okay, right?
Yeah, it's better for 1-1 against Harith, yeah. Okay. So Lucas, Fred, Suyo.
Yeah, Lucas.
I don't even mind if the Hilda goes rogue.
Nah, it'll be XP.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's still good for them, I think.
So drafts, real quick.
It's a kind of a Hail Mary, and it's not a comfort pick. I think I got RRQ winning this 3-1.
Even before the draft, I got the RRQ. Now,
Okay.
this elevates it even more.
That was very quick. We're getting a little bit of a ability of late stage, early, mid stage. It looks like things are in favor of RRQ. We're gonna throw it over to the casters. Once again, match point for RRQ, the Kings of Kings.
Is this the end of everything? Is this the end of Alter Ego in the upper brackets? We can still have the chance of the lower bracket, but RRQ, they're cementing their dominance. And this just might be it. Can Alter Ego force a game number 4? Or will RRQ go for the coup de grace? It is game number 3 of Alter Ego against RRQ Hoshi.
Potentially again the last game of the series, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see Alter Ego force a game 5, or perhaps like Realize said here, will it end here? Confirming RRQ and onic meeting up in the final upper brackets. Let's enjoy and witness all together.
Excuse me, it's a game 4. My bad. My maths ain't the best, but you have to take a look at the draft before this, right? 5 jungle bans directed towards Rin. I think RRQ, like how the panel mentioned, knows that Rin is currently on full tilt mode. He wasn't being able to be given the chance to play the game. He was 0-3, 0-4 early on with the Hayabusa. He wasn't really giving the damage needed and was, I think, overzealous to a sense. And now he has to play the Lancelot, which I think still is one of his strongest picks, but he might just be gone!
Oh my goodness, great read. And that's just a punish, a pure punish by Edok. Alongside Dyron, no Lancelot. Wow.
They've been bullying him since the get-go, since the start of this series. I feel bad for him, and now he's forced into a tough spot against the Lucas, against the Hilda, tanky members, the Gatot Kacha as well. And now it's Dreams with the Kalea moving forward, but Edok, again, the safety net is there with the AOG, which, by the way, he hasn't been able to acquire, but come level 4, he could be much more proactive, much more aggressive. And by the way, I picked up an interesting tip from R7, obviously, RRQ legend. He said that one of the ways he can deal with tank junglers, or tank meta right now, is to play the Lancelot, but semi-tank. So you go for the Endless Battle, and then you can go for the Sky Guardian Helmet. A lot of ways, but now it's a turtle fight.
Now that's gonna be the taunt. Now it's gonna be the QB form, Sutsujin securing the turtle. And Nino, Dreams now caught. That's gonna be Nino isolated, ladies and gentlemen. Again, almost a perfect start for RRQ. AOG lands on towards Rin, and that does it. Cherry on top for that early game.
Rin is just a peasant in the eyes of the kings, in the eyes of the kingdom. 0-2, minute 2. Come to minute 3, but oh my god, they're not giving Rin any space to farm, to fight, to get kills, to get online and snowball. With the Lancelot, you need to farm as much. You can join the fights later on when you're 2 items in. But as of now, RRQ, they have a target on Rin's head.
Definitely. 3 minutes in, 2,500 gold lead. That is significant. And you might see a solo by Rins. Hijume, no flicker, that's info, and Rins is just there to punish.
It's getting messy. This is spiraling out of control. RRQ with the dream start. 3 minutes, 6 kills. And this is looking bleak for Alter Ego. And it's still the start of the game, so what do they do now? Backing on the 1-1, I feel like it's an option, but look at Edok, is from the back!
Cheeky positioning. RRQ committing 4 bodies in the top lane. Diversion caught. Spotted. Dreams and Hijume, after that diversion play, they instantly move back, so that's not a good sign. RRQ, they are reading Alter Ego like a children's book.
Like a bedtime story. And you need to note that Hijume has access to Loi, so obviously global pressure is there. But they need to get a collapse on RRQ. I mean, you can send the Lancelot maybe up top to get the split push going. But I think they picked up the Hilda to specifically just bully Rin out of his demise. Look at this!
Almost a solo by Dyron. Hijume and Nino is ready to reinforce and perhaps look for counterplay, but Dyron is too tanky while Sutsujin is on the turtle. 6-0 still a flawless data on RRQ, and they add more on that neutral objective take.
Yeah, even Toy there. Chancing on Arfi, but Edok goes in. Arfi has to go back. Tsunami Slam!
On towards Edok, revitalized, committed. That's gonna be the first kill on the board for Alter Ego. Let's see what will they do more. Sutsujin pops to unleash the beast! And that will be enough to take 2 members down. With the fireball, he gets the double. RRQ, they will continue more on the pressure.
Biju Dama, Arfi! Gonna be fine, I think, because Dreams is on the neighborhood. But look at the pressure that RRQ is able to exert. That's a broken top tier turret, minute number 5. I know you have a Loyi, but what do you do when a Hilda comes running at you, just roaming around the map? Firstly, it was to shut down Rin. He's 1 and 3 now. But second, it's to collide alongside Edoc to put even more pressure towards the top side to shut down Arfi. Dreams might look for a Tsunami Slam, but the Purify saves Rins.
Yeah, great timing on that Purify, and yeah, Rin's still untouched. Alter Ego are looking for an opening, right? Looking for a terrain, but seems like RRQ is so disciplined. Dreams forced to use the flicker, and in the mid lane, Hijime caught. Mid turret falls, Alter Ego in shambles.
Alter Ego are disintegrating one by one. RRQ, it feels like everything they do it correctly. Every move they make is a valuable move. And Alter Ego are pushed back. I mean, look at Dyron just chilling in the jungle. He's recalling for dear life.
They know they are ahead. Yeah, 5,000 gold lead and in 6 minutes. That's not too bad. Realize.
It's way too good for RRQ. Dyron, this is not your neighborhood. Don't make it yours. And now the turtle in the hands of RRQ. Obviously, Alter Ego, they don't really have a way into the pit. I mean, you can bank on a Rin, you know, Thorn Rose and Phantom Execution. That's it. And as of now, they have no means to really be able to enter that neutral objective contest. They'll even only relinquish it, and now it's up to the Lord to do the heavy lifting. Divine Glaive acquired by Rins. Tsunami Slam might be looked by Dreams.
On towards Edoc though, not the priority, and that's going to be the counter play by RRQ. AOG lands on towards Nino. He is fighting for dear life. Great cover by Hijime. That will relieve off pressure, but that is still Dreams taken down.
You just can't shut Alter Ego, or rather RRQ down. They have tanky members, and Rins with the fall-off damage. It's Lil Lucas just running ham.
My goodness, the damage will not be enough this time, but Hijime needs to recall.
RP.
Oh, crossbow of a tank, finds a connection and a shutdown. Important one, but Arfi is in at a weird position. Great cover. Rin from the back, looking for the counter play, diversion play under the bush, and that might be Hijime securing a kill on towards Toy. That's going to be 2 members down and up for RRQ, but that will be the Tsunami Slam connecting on towards Rins, and that's Rin finding the shutdown and the double.
RRQ biting more than they could chew. And that was 4 kills in an instance. The shutdown, the bounty acquired by Arfi. That is something that might propel Alter Ego into a possible fight back, comeback.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 kills. And they even were able to get a turret up top, or rather in the mid lane, down bottom as well. Rin doing the work. And I think the 1-1, if you're able to at least just, you know, nurture the 1-1, protect it, I think they do have a solid chance, because the 1-1 will hurt a lot. But come the late game, I feel like when RRQ will stack up on the Immortalities in the winner crown, the 1-1 doesn't really have a chance. And look at Dyron just looking for the flank angle. The Hilda is just scary. AOJ!
Yep, on towards 1. That's going to be 1 member taken down. Arfi, the main damage dealers are down and out, ladies and gentlemen. Dreams now very low. RRQ, they're taking the driver's seat right back. Wow, I mean, a minute ago, you know, let's say minute 5, it was 5,000 gold lead for RRQ. Diminishes, but now RRQ, they have reclaimed their control. It's going to be Phobius and Rin now looking for an opening potentially, but yeah, it's too tight. Pretty Lord for RRQ.
Alter Ego celebrations put and hold, cut short quickly as RRQ again show why they have dominance in this game again. It's time and time. Diversion just to throw a curveball at RRQ. Now Alter Ego, at least Rin is able to have 3 items to his name. The Malefic Roar with the War Axe and the Hunter Strike. You have that Spell Vamp to give you sustainability. But Arfi, I don't want to do this, man!
Oh my goodness, that's a solo. Sutsujin, intelligent play. And Arfi, yeah, nowhere to go. Rin now, looking perhaps to buy time here. Distracts the multiple members. Let's see how Rin plays this out. Seems like not too long.
There's no playing it out. He's caught on the wrong side of the tracks. And Arfi, what was he doing pushing that far? There was no vision. Sutsujin wasn't even seen. And there was no info as well. So he dies in vain. RRQ, they look for the siege. This turret might just be brittle.
Seems like mid-turret here will be the main priority. RRQ, they will not force it. Alter Ego got the clear and RRQ will back away, but they are still in the jungles of Alter Ego.
All the defense at least. Just pushes the wave back up top. Dreams acquires the fleeting time, but a concealed play to Sutsujin.
Oh, that's gonna be done. At least the beast. Oh, Tsunami Slam. Will there be enough damage? So that's a crossbow, a tang. Sutsujin bought enough time for the reinforcements to come. That's gonna be Dyron though, taken down as well.
Okay.
2 members, but Gem will fall. Heat up now, trying to stand back for his team. It's 2 for 2, and that was the creative counterplay that Alter Ego needs to do more.
Now that is a way where Alter Ego can wiggle back into the game, right? Look for a 5-man diversion play. Look for a possible backstab in the bush. Just hide there and look for a pick-off. Again, with the Kalea, it supplements your playstyle to go for a pick-off. And then you have the burst damage coming in from the Luo Yi, from the Lancelot as well, who is now fully equipped to fight, battle ready. So I guess if they keep on rinsing and repeating that, you know, flank type of play, flank play style, that set piece that they've been able to establish previously against Sutsujin, they do have a chance, I think. You know, brick by brick.
Yeah, let's see here. RRQ still a very comfortable economy lead here as we enter the late game diversion.
Oh no.
Towards the back, I believe.
Yeah. Just to save themselves. The reason why I was scared because I thought Arfi might be late to the diversion, and when they all were teleported, Arfi might just be left behind and abandoned. But as of now, it's Alter Ego just waiting for probably a blunder, just waiting for, again, a diversion play. But they can't keep forcing it because they have, for RRQ, they have so much members that could just tank out the damage, again, soak up so much of the burst that Alter Ego are looking for. Dyron is next in the chopping block.
AOG finds one. That's going to be, oh my goodness, he burst it down. Uh-oh, here comes trouble as Sutsujin just finds the angle, finds a right play.
Up, Lucas with the winner crown. The RWM will connect, but Sutsujin is down. Immortality popped, and he's going to be A-okay. And that's RRQ eyeing the Lord.
Crazy reaction there on the Immortality buy, last second.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sutsujin survives, so this will be RRQ taking prio on the Lord.
Quick hands on Sutsujin. Diversion. Where are they going? What?
Oh my goodness!
The Lord!
Surprise, surprise! Alter Ego will secure the Lord! RRQ though, seems like they will punish bodies as Dreams will go down for 30 and Dyron secures Hijume.
He's going in.
RRQ, they lose out on the Lord, but they managed to capture 2 members of Alter Ego.
Ooh, big move coming in. Bold from Hijume to go for the diversion play. They know that the fight was kind of split in 2 and no one was attending to the Lord. And there they came with the diversion, looking to end it even without Rin's retribution. That was the Luo Yi, that was Hijume all alone. Now the Lord coming into the bottom side. Arfi is here, Nino as well. They need the backup. The Luo Yi is up, diversion will come sooner.
Uh-oh, gotta be careful here. Lord taking care of RRQ. They are moving as a unit. Luo Yi just to join the team using that diversion, and yeah, practically their base turret is still untouched, so great defense for RRQ.
Queen's Wings for Sutsujin because he knows that this 1-1 is growing stronger by the minute. The 1-1 already has 5 items. I think that was a Malefic gun that he purchased previously. Adds more range, adds more kiting potential for the 1-1. But you need to note that Arfi, again and again, the criticism towards him is his positioning sometimes is very, very questionable. So at least if he's able to go through the first phase of that crash, of that team fight, and then look for that weakness point and the crossbow of Tang, I think he does have a chance. But RRQ again stacking up on the defense items, the immortality, the winner crowns. So Alter Ego maybe look for another crash play as they're able to usher the wave up top. They get this turret for free. Vince is here, might respond, but Alter Ego, they know they play it safe, they play it smart. Move back. But Darren might be on the chase. Nah, he's not gonna pursue Alter Ego.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Alter Ego for the first, 5 minutes? It was just RRQ hammering down! Sutsujin out of position, great diversion play, and Alter Ego, they have the prio.
Hey, they're able to at least snatch a few kills. And that was an important one towards Sutsujin, the Lucas. The carry that is able to just enable RRQ to reach the backline. Is able to just dive into the back, Purify Pop, AOG counter engage.
Let's see RP moving back. That's gonna be Toy. All 4 members of RRQ in the mid. Rin jumps in, good on! Nino goes down alongside Edok. That's gonna be the trade. But now they will move on towards the Lord.
A silver lining for Alter Ego is the fact that the Lucas just grows out of relevance in the late game. I think it falls pretty much sooner or later because Alter Ego can just stack on the defense items and the Lucas can just get bursted down by the Luo Yi, even the 1-1 with a fully equipped arsenal in her backpack. So I think that transition from Sutsujin into a tankier item might just happen sooner or later. But as of now, it's Alter Ego on this tempo, looking for this Lord.
Let's see, Harvey in the front, moving back, looking for the crossbow. Tang! Rins and Toy, the deadly duo, buys the combination, and the Lord falls for RRQ.
They are publicly executed. What?
Oh my
goodness!
Play! Oh my goodness, Harvey finds the play. He finds Toy. Now let's see if they can do more damage. RRQ moving back. Lord is marching in the mid. RRQ, they have no time for the setup.
Insanity, Alter Ego, they're still able to scrap something out of nothing. And time again, they get the correct targets. They get the right targets to just munch down on them. And now without Toy, they have no prio on the Lord. And like you said, they have no time to set up the lanes, set up the Lord as well to do one last push. So Alter Ego, they're still holding on a thin thread. Again, look at Alter Ego, their powers are growing stronger and stronger. The Lancelot has the Endless Battle already with the BOD. Uh-oh, Winter Crown.
Oh no, out of position, Hijume. Winter Crown will not save him. RRQ, what a connection there. I think Hijume got, dozed off in the mid.
Yeah. He spaced out. It was just out of position, and that's not Hijume like. Because game number 1, he was playing a very flawless game of that Farsa. And now Rin stepping forward, he's more brave now because the waves are pushing in. But look at Rin. He might go from the back and wait for diversion to happen, but Hijume is going to be up in 15 seconds. He can't even cut the minions because it's marching into the base, and RRQ might in turn look for him. But as of now, it's RRQ just backing off. They know they can play the long game.
Yeah, it seems like they will have to be satisfied in just taking the mid. Lord will spawn top. And let's see here. Far lane for now is in favor for Alter Ego.
The far lanes are pushing in their favor, and the split push might happen with the Lucas, or rather the Lancelot as well. Konami Slam.
Winter Crown, real world manipulation, AOG. That's going to be landing on towards Dreams. Nino flickering back, Edok very low. Winter Crown, let's see, as Sutsujin is going down. That's going to be Rain taken down as well. No jungler, that's going to be 2 for 3. As Renz now is there to provide the damage. Toy taking care of the member in the mid. Hijume will not survive. And ladies and gentlemen, it is all over.
It's done. Done and dusted. RRQ, as the kingdom erupts in the Jakarta International Velodrome, they will look to book that Royal Derby in the upper bracket finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, RRQ, they will meet onic. You're right, in the final upper brackets. And the team that will win that match will secure not just the grand finals, but they will secure a slot for MSC.
My oh my, it looked like Alter Ego had a slight chance there. Because how do you constantly scrap something when you're down in the dust, pulverized time and time again? And it felt like Arfi was gonna be the one who carried the game. carried the team fights, but in that last push, he wasn't able to pop the crossbow of Tang, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't really get the weakness points. That was Dyron, just constantly tanking the damage, eating up the spears from the 1-1. And Alter Ego, they fell short. At least they're still able to show some fight. They're still able to show that they might look for those plays to happen with a diversion, with them targeting correctly towards the Lucas with Tsujin. Yeah, but still, it's not enough.
And they will meet Geek Fam in the lower brackets. One more chance to keep their journey in the playoffs alive.
Yeah.
It's going to be, there's got to be a lot of stakes in that match.
It's their last lifeline for Alter Ego. Their lives on the line in that match against Geek Fam, but look at that. Winner crowns.
Wow.
Has been very crucial for RRQ. Even Dyron and Rince was able to buy that in the last second in the fight. A down bottom in the jungle. And it just kind of delayed Alter Ego's engage because they need to go do it quick. Bam, 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 in like a tempo. But the winner crown just stopped that from happening. RRQ, solid performance, turning back the first game in which Alter Ego was able to win. But obviously upstage it is. The players from RRQ Hoshi will have an interview with them with Bude, Clara Mongstar.
Sorak-sorai Kingdom mengiringi kemenangan dari tim RRQ Hoshi. Match bukan kalian di babak playoff dan kalian berhasil memenangkan match ini dengan game yang begitu mendebarkan. Bagaimana RRQ kemenangan pertama kalian di babak playoff?
Ya puji Tuhan aja sih. Bersyukur.
Bersyukur. Tapi kita melihat bahwa pertarungan RRQ dan juga Alter Ego terlihat begitu baku hantam. Banyak banget gameplay dan juga trik-trik dari dua tim ini yang begitu memukau. Gimana sih kamu ngeliat Alter Ego di babak playoff ini, Sujin?
Mereka mainnya tabrak-tabrak gitu sih, jadi kita juga tabrak balik aja.
Hantam-hantam aja. Tapi di momen terakhir kita ngeliat kalau Sujin, banyak banget momen di mana mereka benar-benar ngincer, nyaris Sujin. Dan kita juga melihat bagaimana permainan Winter Crown, tambah immortality dan segala macamnya. Kamu bagaimana sih ngelihat di tengah-tengah pergempuran kamu didesak begitu dalamnya sama tim Alter Ego?
Itu salah aku sih, karena offside aja tadi. Jadinya mereka dapat dapat map lah, jadi bisa ngincer gitu.
Tapi itu hanya terjadi beberapa kali. Selanjutnya langsung, berarti berhati-hati langsung Sujin di situ.
Ya, udah aware sama TP-TP-nya Loi.
Udah aware. Tapi menariknya di mana? Di match kali ini kita melihat di game 1, 2, 3 sepertinya hero tank dari Rine di ban. Namun di game yang keempat kayaknya 5 slotnya dipakai buat Rine semua tuh. Apakah ini memang sudah menjadi diskusi kalian untuk men-shutdown Rine atau bagaimana Sujin?
Ya iya sih, termasuk strategi juga. Soalnya mereka mainnya kayak berpola di Rine-nya doang sih. Jadi Rine nggak main jadi gampang.
Well, lebih dari Sujin, lebih baik ini Rine pakai tank atau Rine pakai assassin?
Sama aja sih dua-duanya.
Sama aja dua-duanya. Tapi tentu hal yang menarik di mana di sini adalah panggung playoff kembali untuk tim RRQ menjadi tim terakhir yang bermain, Rins. Dari 6 tim, sekarang kalian benar-benar menjadi tim yang kayaknya muncul di panggung playoff. Gimana sih Rins, kamu melihat performa dari tim RRQ?
Sebenarnya bisa lebih baik dari yang sekarang sih. Soalnya tadi kita di game 1 ada blunder-blunder juga lah. Semoga nextnya bisa kita perbaiki itu.
Walaupun menang di game 1 tapi masih banyak yang harus diperbaiki.
Ya.
Di sini RRQ memang tidak pernah puas, mereka akan terus lebih baik. Tapi melihat dari Alter Ego di babak playoff dan di regular season, Prince gimana sih ngelihatnya? Apakah ada perbedaan signifikan dari Alter Ego?
Mungkin alter ego tetap sama sih dengan pendirian mereka baku hantam sama mungkin di mode playoff. Di playoff ini mereka ngeluarin mode yang sama juga kayak di regular season.
Seperti di regular season, pokoknya baku hantam dan kalian sudah siap akan hal itu.
Ya, baku hantam kita balas baku hantam.
Baku hantam. Benar-benar memang membuat sampai para caster suaranya sampai benar-benar habis karena begitu serunya. Dan ngelihat, kita tahu yang menjadi highlight juga banyak banget player-player